inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Make your fitness goals last with Johnson Fitness and Wellness, the largest specialty fitness retailer in the country with 5 locations in the Milwaukee area. At Johnson Fitness and Wellness, you'll find top-rated treadmills, strength equipment, ellipticals, bikes, and more, all guided by certified fitness experts who match the right equipment to your goals, space, and budget. And with white glove delivery and installation, plus flexible financing options, you can build your home gym with confidence. Visit one of their stores today or online at johnsonfitness.com.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Ben Brust and Brad Nortman.
It is a great day to be alive on this Wednesday. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. What a great day to have a former NFL special teamer on the show. That is longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, Bradley Nortman. Brad, good day.
Special teams are getting the spotlight they always deserve, Ben. Maybe not for the right reasons, but we're realizing just how critical special teams are, especially when they get in the way of the Packers and their ultimate goal of a Super Bowl.
We are live from Monticello High School. Currently watching gym class.
Yeah, it's thrilling. It's some game of tennis/volleyball happening in front of our eyes.
Yeah, so there's a one bounce rule.
Yes,
and it's a bigger sized volleyball. It's definitely fascinating.
This is where Alex Strofe doing play-by-play would be thrilling.
And in Captain Matty Ice chimes in, it is a great day to be alive now that Rich is gone. So yes, that is the news of the day. We have. Saw last night, Brad Nortman put out a social video that Rich Bisaccia is stepping down as the special teams coordinator and associate head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And so, yeah, I mean, I have a million questions. Like, literally, like, a million questions.
Yeah.
We talked about change when it came to after the season, right? Like, was there going to be any change, immediate change? And then days kept going, and nothing happened other than guys were leaving for opportunities, but no real change within the immediate organization. And for this to happen as far as it has after the season, I know they're going to be fine, right? Like they have 6 months to get a coach. It's not ideal, right? You'd want to be in the cycle of coaches of getting the best special teams guy next, but Rich was the best special teams guy at the time when they brought him in. So I guess it leaves me with a yes. As a Packer fan, you probably feel relieved that you don't have Rich Bisaccia as we bring in Kyle Wallace, Packer backer, into our show.
Yeah, absolutely excited to be out here in Monticello, Wisconsin. You know, like Hamilton, they say Monticello.
I know.
So
I could be saying it wrong.
No, I think I'm excited to be here, and I'm actually excited about the news that you all were just talking about.
So you're excited?
Yeah. Why would I not be excited? Wait.
You're dancing on Rich Bisaccia's grave.
I'm not dancing on his grave. Matter of fact, I asked yesterday. I said, "Is he okay?" I wanted to make sure he was okay. And then
you did.
And once I found out he was okay, then I started dancing because how can we sit here and complain for so long about inaction, and how are we going to allow Rich Bisaccia to come back after the disaster that we saw multiple times this year, whether it was blocked field goals, whether it was missed field goals, whether it was the hands team, which again I don't think it's his fault that Romeo Dobbs didn't catch it.
Not being able to return a punt.
Yeah. I mean, it's all these different factors.
At one point, weren't they like 42, 43, and 44 with the three guys that they put out there for punt return?
And so how can we be asking for change, and when change happens, we're not happy?
But the timing of change matters, Kyle. The timing of change.
I ain't worried about it.
This is like prom is in, and perfect with being here at Monticello High School. This is like prom is in a week, and you just break up with your girlfriend. If you're going to break up with her, break up with her months.
You've gone too far.
Break up
prom
with her
isn't within
months.
a week. The NFL season doesn't start for 6 months.
But all the good candidates are already going with somebody else.
What y'all got to understand is what Brad has to understand is that when it comes to prom, we were all in high school. Some might be more popular than others. But the Green Bay Packers are the cool kids. They're the popular kids. They're the kid that everybody wants to go with. So even if the Packers broke up with their girlfriend only a matter of days before the prom, guess what? There is 15 more women who cannot wait to be with the Green Bay Packers. There's a lot of coaches who will clamor for the opportunity to be the special teams coordinator for the Green Bay Packers.
Where are you going to find those, Kyle? A lot of them have already signed contracts with new teams.
This is what I've learned about coaching. There's a new coach every year. There's a new coach. There's some new hot commodity every single year. So there is somebody right now who is young or old who can do the job of a special teams coordinator. As Ben alluded to, Bisaccia, when we signed him, we were so excited. We got Rich Bisaccia.
He was the intern head coach for the Raiders. He did a great job.
He's
so
a
special
good
teams guy.
Yeah, he's so great at what he does. And guess what? The special teams still suck. So it's deeper than who you have as a coordinator. It comes to the culture that is created by the Packers.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. We're here on behalf of Bank CMG. They have a great local branch here in Monticello. I've been banking with them, and they have a great sponsorship sign here in Monticello. They have a special event going on here as well, so we're happy to be supporting that. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. Will Summers is running the show. Now, with all of this, I don't disagree with anything Kyle has said. My brain was going right where Dr. Denver Dan went on the YouTube stream. The messaging is so weak. He says Matt LaFleur doesn't have the huevos to break up with anybody. And I think that rings true. I mean, officially he is stepping down, right? Come on. He's stepping down. You didn't want him back. And whether he's stepping down or not, if it got to this point and you knew, and it just came out, I was listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on the way over here with Adam Schefter, that apparently he was thinking about stepping down last year. You should have talked to him right away and been like, hey, you were thinking about stepping down. We had more of the same results. It just isn't going to work. Like, why couldn't that message would have been powerful to Packer fans of not just doing, as the word of the year so far, status quo for the organization.
I think the way Matt LaFleur has handled this, assuming that which is the right assumption under the belief that there's nothing personal or health wrong with Rich Bisaccia, and that it wasn't like necessarily his choice or whatever. Matt LaFleur, with the timing of this and the softness of this, is a bigger blunder than blowing the lead in the playoff game against the Bears. Here's why. No, here's why.
That's hyperbolic.
If you know that you're going to move on from a special teams coach, you do it a month ago. You do it on January 18th, not February 18th, and you actually fire him. You actually make a statement and say what is on the field in our product is not good enough. But instead of waiting a month, letting things to just ease itself out, stepping down, not only is the messaging bad, but you have waited so long to where I get what you're saying, Kyle, that, somebody will take the job. The job will be filled. But even the Packers' assistant special teams coach took a head special teams job elsewhere at the Cleveland Browns. There is not many candidates available to be able to make this team actually better, and that's my concern. You're going to have to live with this delayed decision all of next season at a bare minimum, maybe longer, because if the Packers are going to be Super Bowl champions, you see how important special teams is when you watch the Seattle Seahawks, when you watch the New England Patriots. The best teams in the NFL have focused and have top 10 special teams. I want a top-tier special teams coach. I don't know how you're going to find one. In fact, you won't find one that's at least proven to lead this team, and they're going to have issues all year because of that.
Have you noticed since Monday, Brad's been very doom and gloom?
He has been doom and gloom.
I wouldn't have been doom and gloom if this happened on January 18th. I'd say, Matt LaFleur, well done for having some huevos, as Dr. Denver Dan said it, of making a decision. Now you have an open candidate to take on everybody else. If that would have happened, I would have applauded Matt LaFleur. The problem is this happened way too late, and it's a game of musical chairs, and all the good chairs are sat in.
That's the one thing that I'm wondering about, right? Is Matt LaFleur, if this decision was really not Rich Bisaccia's and this was an organizational decision, then I'm concerned about Matt LaFleur's ability to make key decisions. Now, it's not just make key decisions when it comes to off-season moves and moving on from people. You also see that exemplified and shown during games where sometimes his game management isn't there. So that's where my concerns comes with the indecisiveness, is that I need somebody, again, if it was, I would prefer if they're already thinking about this, he should have did this a long time ago. I'm right there with Brad. If it legitimately is a thing that Rich Bisaccia took some time thinking about it based off what happened last year, where I believe Rich Bisaccia was thinking about stepping down last year because he was disappointed in the performance.
Yes, he felt like he let Matt LaFleur down, so there's no reason for that narrative to change based off the way that the season ended. Obviously, he can't control McManus, but he definitely was probably frustrated and a little bit on edge when he was on the quad injury and didn't go on IR, and they had to bring in a new kicker.
Yeah, who does that fall on? Does that fall on that has to be the special teams coach, right? If you have a player that you manage and they're injured and you haven't had the conversation to figure out, and it also comes to the training staff.
Injuries are complicated, so it's hard to say who that exactly falls on, but he should be involved in that. He shares some of the blame to figure out, are you able to go? What percentage are you? I'm watching you in practice. What percentage on the spectrum are you? And then if not, finding a really, really good backup plan, someone that you don't feel like is a huge drop-off. But even with Romeo Doubs there on the hands team, right? It's not necessarily
and Matt LaFleur didn't talk to kickers either.
Yeah, of course. I don't talk to kickers. It's not Rich Bisaccia's fault that Romeo Doubs, fumbled the onside kick, but he does have some of the best hands on the team. But I just wonder, what are the specifics of practice look like? Every Friday or Saturday, whenever we did onside team, Graham Gano, when I played on the Panthers, he would pepper all the guys in line with different onside kicks. Was he doing that? Was that something that was being coached so that every week you were getting different looks and seeing the ball roll to you, not where you're standing there, being a very good wide receiver in Romeo Doubs, but thinking, oh, geez, I haven't gotten an onside kick in 10 weeks.
Yeah, I just think the tone was set by this organization not to put an emphasis on special teams. Now, just because you invest in a really good special teams coach doesn't mean that there is a culture that was created amongst special teams that makes the Green Bay Packers say, we're going to dominate in special teams. That's what we're going to do. And I'm not there at practice. I don't know how much time they put on the hands team or how much time they put on it, but it just seems to me that even though the guys really like Rich Bisaccia, I don't remember our special teams flying around and having an attitude, playing with an edge, going and setting the tone, laying some wood, and having a character and personality, Brad. You played on really good football teams. You played on bad ones.
They were pretty good. I think your point is correct. They were pretty good in punt return coverage and kick return coverage. But you're right from a personality standpoint.
Yeah, like I want dudes who lay the wood and then get up and everybody celebrating. Like,
Did that ever happen?
This is your one. Like, you only get a couple shots and opportunities as a lot of these special teams guys to make a play. And I want guys that are going to go out there and lay everything on the line because they love Rich Bisaccia, because they understand this is a great opportunity for them. I just feel like when I look at our special teams, I am more nervous watching our special teams and thinking it is a weapon and being confident that, oh, yep, this punt is going to be great, even though we had a great punter. Or, oh, we can make something happen on this special team. I just didn't see our special teams being special. I didn't see them being difference makers, where other teams put an emphasis in how can you be a difference maker.
They were special.
Yeah, they were. Are you highlighting the guys like, yeah, Bo Melton is good at running downfield and being a good team player, but like, how many fumbles did Bo Melton have, right? Like, where's the guys that you can point in the film and say, this is the effort? He's getting more reps on special teams, or this is the guy that's going to be here for a while, is because he goes down there and he lays the wood. There's a guy from the Patriots. I don't even know, white dude from the Patriots. If y'all would have watched the play.
I saw the play. Long-haired guy, like 41
He was
something.
everywhere.
Yeah.
He was everywhere.
And they
right?
highlighted him.
Exactly.
At no point in a broadcast was any Green Bay Packer highlighted for special teams other than blunders.
But that's when you have special team studs, and the Green Bay Packers haven't had a special team stud in a very long time.
That's a different conversation that we will have. Is it systematic, or is it Rich? Was it the coach? But I think coming up next, Kyle, you hit on it. Like the impact that Rich had, because I was listening to Wilde and Tausch, and we're going to play a clip for them, but somebody had called in about the character of Rich Bisaccia. He said, it was a really, really great call, in depth, and it was kind of a sad story. His sister unfortunately got in an accident, and he took her in, and he would walk around the Green Bay area, and he'd see Rich Bisaccia, and Rich Bisaccia would come over and talk to his sister, who couldn't communicate, but like formed a relationship. So we all know he was a great guy. And I think the reason why I bring that up is because hearing Wilde and Tausch also talk about some of the reactions of different players, it is interesting to me, because he's known as also not just the special teams coach, but how many times have we talked to Jason Wilde not just about the performance, and then he would bring up the culture aspect as the associated coach of what he would bring to the team. So I want to hit on the culture of what Rich Bisaccia brought and some of the reactions that we heard from Jason Wilde and how he thinks, some of the players that were on the team are responding to this news. Kyle Brust-Nortman live from Monticello High School, supporting Bank CMG and their wonderful sponsorship of the weight room. A big sign here in the gymnasium. Right to your right, Kyle. You got to look over there. Boop. There it is. Bank CMG, great local branch here in Monticello, and many in the Madison and Milwaukee areas. I've been banking with them, working on an all-in-one loan, a great product of theirs. So check them out at bankcmg.com and stop by a local branch. We continue to dissect the news of the day, which is Rich Bisaccia stepping down as special teams coordinator. What does that mean internally from the locker room? We'll hear from Wilde and Tausch next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust-Nortman.
We've called him Whitey Tighties. We've called him the hall monitor. He's Jesse Nelson. Like, he's just, I am Jesse Nelson. Kyle, you're Jesse Nelson.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of the Neal Group and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. Happy New Year. Hopefully you enjoyed the holidays and spent time relaxing. Now it's tax time. I know. It's not the most wonderful time of the year, wondering if you are getting a refund or owe, waiting for all the forms to come, and wondering what is deductible. Control the situation instead of letting it control you. Let us help you understand all the new tax laws, how they affect you, and how to take advantage of them. Last year, we helped Janet and Norm go from owing $43,000 to getting a $500 refund. We can help you, too. The first meeting is free. Call now, 414-325-2040, or visit nealgroup.net. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040. or nealgroup.net.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart, located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. National Liquor Mart is packed with deals for all your beverage needs, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
Giannis Antetokounmpo was selected to his 10th All-Star game, but was unable to participate due to a right calf strain. While in Los Angeles for the festivities, here's what the two-time MVP had to say on making his return to the court.
I feel good. I feel 100%, to be honest with you. Come back from an injury and you go through the rehab, you got to check the boxes, right? So I got to do things. So once I check all those boxes, I'm ready to go. I feel like I can play a game today.
The Bucks currently sit at 12th place in the Eastern Conference with a 23-30 record and have their sights set on working their way back into the playoff mix after winning 5 of their last 6 games going into the All-Star break.
This has been the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Number 15 retired in honor of Butch Lee. He finished in 78, and the number retired the next season. It's hard to believe that any player could ever equal what Butch Lee did at Marquette. Part of the national championship team in 77, and the Final Four MVP, and the next season, the consensus National Player of the Year. So much success, it's not necessary to bring up any statistics. Number 15, Butch Lee, did everything. Running a business means taking care of your team and your bottom line. For over 50 years, Saganiac Planning has helped small businesses build smarter, more affordable medical and employee benefit plans. From health insurance to customized coverage options, our experts make it simple to protect your people and your future. Saganiac Planning, your partner in planning confidence. Visit SaganiacPlanning.com or call John Saganiac Jr. today to get started. 262-783-6161.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, live from Monticello High School, supporting a great partnership that we have and that the high school has with Bank CMG. Visit bankcmg.com to learn more. Stop by a local branch. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, no Strofe. He is happily engaged in Florida. Yeah. Still sending pictures on social every day, living his life. And like I said yesterday, I think I'm just going to mention it once an hour, because if I do any more, I'm going to get sick of it, and then he's going to come back Monday, and we're going to spend way too much time on it. As 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. You can get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. As obviously we've been discussing Rich Bisaccia, who is stepping down as the Green Bay Packers special teams coordinator and associate head coach. I found this interesting as Wilde and Tausch had the conversation about how some of the players may feel about Rich Bisaccia no longer being on the team.
I've not heard from Rich. I've not heard from Matt LaFleur. I did text a couple of players who, look, however you feel as a fan.
Players loved him.
Players love him, and they are very, very, they're devastated by this.
Devastated?
Yeah, Zane Anderson, Keyshawn Nixon.
Oh, you're reporting your sources. I like that.
Old T's
reporting your sources.
Old T is the absolute best there. Devastated.
Yeah.
Reporting your sources.
Did Jason text with Keyshawn and Zane?
Probably.
Oh, wow.
Keyshawn's been around for a while now.
He has been around,
believe it or not.
Zane's probably one of the
main special teams guys.
He is.
So I guess when you hear that, Bradley, when a player's talking about like the love that they have for a coach, and part of me is thinking when Jason's saying they're devastated, I'm like, well, that means he didn't push him hard enough.
Yeah. There's two reasons you are devastated or you miss a coach. You either miss the coach or you miss the man. And to me, If you're missing the coach, you're concerned that he coached you so well that you're just concerned that the next guy coming in there won't hold everyone else accountable and won't push you to help you be your best. So you're concerned your performance or your unit's performance is going to drop off. I don't think that's the case. I think these guys are going to miss the man. And by all accounts, Rich Bisaccia is an awesome dude, right? I mean, he's well-liked and infectious energy, and we just heard about that very human element story of him taking his time out to touch a life in the Green Bay community. So I think these guys are primarily going to miss Rich Bisaccia the man, not Rich Bisaccia the coach. And I'll also say this. You grow a comfort with the coaches that are around.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, when a coach leaves, it leaves a void. And when that void is there, you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe I don't have the same relationship.
They better welcome this new guy in and not be like Rich was the best, because when you look at their special teams rankings over the last Rich Bisaccia era, it's all in basically the bottom 10, bottom 12.
Don't ask Packers.com that. They'll paint the picture.
And this is why.
What do they say?
They paint the picture. They talk.
They highlight all the good things, I'm
Green
sure.
Bay was tied for number 2 in the NFL with 42 kickoff returns of 30-plus yards from 2022 to 2025.
But I think that when players
a stat can tell a story, can it?
Yeah, sure can.
Yeah.
You get concerned because you have to kind of re-earn trust, and you don't know what this new guy is going to do. You don't know if he's going to highlight you. This is why changing coaches is sometimes good. Everybody's put on notice. Everyone needs to be at their A game. Everyone needs to re-earn the trust of the new coach coming in, and he's going to come in with probably more of a tough attitude than Rich Bisaccia. So I'm sure these guys are devastated because they're going to miss the man, not necessarily because they're going to miss his coaching. But maybe that's what this team needs, because it's not like you look at the Green Bay Packers coaching staff or players and it reeks of toughness and accountability. I think you need that on special teams, and especially when the special teams coach's job, yes, it's to scheme, yes, it's to teach, because a lot of these guys don't know great special teams techniques because they've been likely position players their whole life. But you got to motivate and you got to hold accountable, right? Special teams, more so than any other area in football, is about effort. If you're putting the effort forward, you're likely going to get some good results. I just never felt like it was emphasized from the organizational top down. We're going to get to that later. And I don't think Rich Bisaccia necessarily ruled with an iron fist. I felt like he was like the the parent that is cool with their kids and it's fun, but then when you try to tighten up, everyone's like, okay, come on now, Rich.
Yeah, the way I look at Rich, especially after hearing that story about how, he was very nice to people in the community. I love that, because more importantly than anything else, before he's a coach, he's a human being, and love the fact that he understands that. But at the end of the day, you get judged based off your performance. And
it is the National Football League.
And
there are 32 teams, and there's a high standard here in Green Bay.
And coaches come and go, and these players will be okay. So they get an opportunity to be sad, right? Because especially for Keyshawn Nixon, he was with Rich Bisaccia in Las Vegas before he came to Green Bay. So that is a connection he's going to have. Zane Anderson became a core piece of special teams, and obviously he grew a bond with Rich Bisaccia, and many other people grew a bond with Rich Bisaccia. But hell, you just lost Jeff Hafley. You lost other guys on the defense as well. That's just what happens in the NFL. Guys come and they go, and they'll be okay. But yes, you won't be sad now. But I'm sure they will welcome the new special teams coordinator with open arms, and hopefully the new special teams coordinator gives everybody a clean slate, including Bill Melton, who is very good at his job. Zane Anderson, if he does come back, but gives everybody a clean slate and says everybody needs to prove to me how great you can be and how big of an asset you can be. There's a new sheriff in town. The old guy's gone. You got to prove it to me. So I think a little bit of a shakeup right now in this prove-it mode is going to be good for this Green Bay Packers special teams moving forward.
Do you remember what Jason Wilde described Rich Bisaccia as? The cool team grandpa.
Yeah, well, everybody loves the cool grandpa.
I'm sorry, but that doesn't strike fear into my heart whatsoever. Every great coach I had, and every time I played at my best, I had a little ounce of healthy fear. I had a little ounce of healthy fear.
But he seems like a pretty intense guy on the surface.
I feel like that's the look, though. It's the goatee, the bald
it's the look, but it's starting to feel like it might have been more of a look, and then based on the results, that's about it.
Brett, what exactly? So with special teams coaches, right? Because obviously you got a whole bunch of talent on the football field, and there's only so much they can do. And based off what you've told us, the fact that you guys are playing games on the sideline and just hanging out as the punter, kicker, long snapper,
we're held to a different standard.
So, but what exactly is a special teams coordinator supposed to be doing?
Well, they have to wear a lot of hats. They have to be kind of the glue that holds a lot of the different areas together. I mean, primarily, you have to teach, right? Most of these guys have never played special teams. Most of these guys are so good that even if they played special teams in college, they're elite athletes. They're better than everybody on the field, so you don't need to know exactly how to, you cross-face a guy when it comes off and kickoff, or really be able to get back into your punt block set. And you have
pass block set.
Yeah, you have to teach technique incredibly, right? Because a lot of these guys haven't done that. But the other thing is you have to have an eye for where guys can fit. Again, the same idea. Most of these guys have never played special teams. So is one guy better at punt protection and you should put him in the middle, or is one guy better at punt coverage, you put him on the wing? Is he better at L5 or R3? And you have to be able to do that every single year, identify and put him there, and then finally you have to be able to motivate. That's the big thing. You have to be able to motivate because you have to play with guys with your hair on fire. That jumps out on the field, it jumps out on film, and it's infectious to the team.
Now, I don't think everything in this statement is completely fair, but there are some things that I did look at from JB and the V that I do find interesting on the Carbless talk and text line. So he starts with re-signing LaFleur is going to go down as one of the biggest mistakes we've made in the last 15 years.
Wow.
Strong.
Wow.
Strong.
Statement.
Right along with drafting Love and extending Goody. So
what?
What? I'm skipping. Like I said, let me get.
I feel like Lil Jon with all these whats. It's crazy.
Let me get to the part that I do find interesting. LaFleur was born without a spine.
Oh,
he kept Barry way too long.
That's
did he
true.
not?
That's
fair.
Couldn't fire Rich.
He should have fired him a month ago, or a year and a month ago.
He needs to concentrate on his first passion, his stupid beard. I thought the Joe Barry and Rich comment.
Is this?
JB and the V.
JB is wild. Where's the V at? I'm going to stay away from the V. Oh, man.
It might be in Verona.
Yeah, I got to drive through Verona on my way back. I hope I'm running this guy. He's a jerk.
But it does go to the point of Matt LaFleur.
I wanted to bring it back to that. Because again, listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, the question was to Adam Schefter, which he turned on Chewy, where is culture set? And it starts with ownership, and then it moves down to the front office, then it moves down to the head coach, and then it moves down to the assistants. And then in a way, the players, and you could agree or disagree with Chewy, the players are almost their own entity in a way. They can take their cues from their head coach, but you also, this is why you brought up, you'd like veterans in the Green Bay locker room, because then you have a better culture or a chance to have guys holding each other more accountable because they've been there, they've done that. So when looking at that, I'm like, all right, this is my whole kind of uneasy feeling of the offseason of like, all right, you brought everyone back and nothing's changed already since you brought everyone back, because before you brought everyone back and Goody and LaFleur and Russ Ball, LaFleur should have had the stones to be able to say, Rich, especially after hearing that he thought about stepping away last year, I feel, let the team down, that he let him down this year in some different ways. Let's just, again, like he just didn't have the gumption to do it.
So what
he
does that
waited
say?
for him to step
so
down.
I guess
he's a nice guy.
So, no, but what's
you
that
want a nice guy coaching your NFL football team?
Listen, Tony Dungy won some games, right? He was a nice guy. He never swore. Like, you could be a nice guy and win, but what does that say about his abilities? Like, what makes does this make you question his decision making? Does it make you question that he doesn't know how to, just lead? Like, what exactly about the timing or his unwillingness potentially to fire Rich Bisaccia and letting Rich Bisaccia kind of let himself leave? What does that say about you, and is it negative or him as a negative or positive?
I guess, again, when you bring that up, it makes me think about all the things, because you yourself had said last segment that it makes me think, he's not able to make the tough decision. And then when you get in games, you sort of feel that from Matt LaFleur. So that's why I bring it up, is because is this ingrained in the culture from a head coach standpoint? And is that something good that's long-term for the Green Bay Packers?
It's the same story over and over again. It's toughness and indecision. A tough and a decisive coach would look at this and say, special teams isn't good enough. I need to make a decision right now. And I can't blame him for parting ways with Rich Bisaccia, but even the phraseology of it, stepping down versus fired, happening a month later than it should have, it's small things like that a championship organization just does not do, and a championship coach does not do.
I mean, didn't Goody just say he was happy to have him back?
Well, again, that's why we said don't listen to anything he said in those 38 minutes of his postseason press conference.
I don't know if I'm happy that Goody alive or I'm mad. Based on what he said, I'm happy.
I was going to say, if he says anything, it was based off who was around at the time. And at the time, Rich Bisaccia was around. At the time, which they still are, but roster moves will be made. Nate Hobbs, Elton Jenkins, Rashawn Gary.
He's a chameleon, man. He's going to say, oh, yeah, I knew we
School
could
bell.
And...
School bell. Everybody next class. That's our time to tell Brad to tell us how he gets through weeks and tough days, as a parent, and he's got his time on the couch, how he's enjoying and relaxing.
That's right. And if old Rich Bisaccia was calling me today, I'd tell him the same thing. I'd say just relax and crack open a nice cold carbless. It's going to be able to take you away to a place of peace and guilt-free nature. That's because it is everything I'm looking for for when it comes to a ready-to-drink cocktail, a way for me to put my feet up and enjoy the guilt-free nature of 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 100 calories, gluten-free, and, of course, the oh-so-perfect, the Goldilocks level of carbonation. Not too much, not too little. Must be tasted to truly believe how good it is with a smooth premium finish. But that's not all. The flavor, KBN Nation, the flavor, bold with a capital B, that is carbless, every single one of them. You know this already. Blood Orange has its own 4-pack. It was in such high demand that Carbless said, okay, here we go, a 4-pack, and it's already getting sold out. So if you see Blood Orange, you make sure you pick it up. If no Blood Orange is there, then go with another one that I love, that's cranberry. When I see that cranberry get poured and I taste that crisp cranberry taste, cranberry is the state fruit of Wisconsin after all, then you know that it is only Carbless that can deliver bold flavor in every sip. Less is more with Carbless.
Live from Monticello High School, supporting Bank CMG and a great partnership that we have with them, as well as the high school. It's Kyle Bruston-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. More next.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman, KBN.
I can't believe she delegated the weeds.
I can't believe Brad just called my woman a cat.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Many wins. Many wins. Waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This February, you could break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out your rewards card and play to earn entries. It all goes down with Thursday drawings. Break the bank. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play. 2026 Brewers tickets are on sale now. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more. All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale now at Brewers.com.
This is Coach Greg Gard. Strong teams succeed with the right partners. Bank CMG works closely with Wisconsin business owners, offering local insight, modern tools, and honest guidance you can trust. They take the time to understand your goals and help you build something sustainable. Whether you're managing cash flow, planning for growth, or navigating change, having the right banking partner matters. When your business matters, your bank should too. BankCMG.com.
With Pella, you get so much more than stunning windows and doors. You get the Pella experience. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. And with a 10-year labor warranty, your windows and doors are worry-free for years to come. If something goes wrong, we're here to handle it because you work with the same team from start to finish.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 48 months.
Visit PellaWI.com today.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. You can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. As we are live from Monticello High School supporting Bank CMG. They have a great local branch here and many across the Madison and Milwaukee area. Stop in or go to bankcmg.com to learn more. I've been banking with them. It's been an amazing experience. Currently was on the phone, not currently, but earlier on my drive in, was on the phone with the mortgage of part of the CMG company where I was like, we're in the underwriting process. We're going to close before February. Like, oh, yeah, they're going to make it happen. So this all-in-one loan is very exciting. You can learn more at bankcmg.com. Now, the news of the day is that Rich Bisaccia last night stepped down. And part of the conversation that we'll get to a little later is, you know, the system of the Green Bay Packers and how they draft, develop, and get their roster together. Is it that or is it the coach? But part of this, I think, we've been talking a lot about the opportunity this offseason. When you look at the way that Goody has built rosters the last 3 years, they've been very, very, very young. And so the Mendoza line is 30 years old, because if you're a 30-year-old, you're likely not going to be on the team. And so as it stands right now, Will and I went to the research lab. There are 4 that are above 30, and I don't count 2 of them.
4 Packer players?
The long snapper and the kicker.
Okay.
Those don't count.
I'll let it slide
for
the
now, exercise. You know it doesn't count.
It hurts to not count them as humans in this way, but I get what you're coming from.
As humans. Elton Jenkins,
who might be gone,
mm-hmm. and Zane Anderson he will be 30 next January.
Yeah. Ooh.
So that really doesn't count right now.
He's on a 1-year deal?
We'll find out. So how many players come start of the offseason will be turning 30 or 30 years old? Let's set an over-underline.
Okay, so are we
excluding special teamers? So they're not people.
So they're out of the way. So given that Elton Jenkins is off, and so currently there's 0 if you exclude special teams, and maybe Zane Anderson.
Well, Zane counts because he could get on the field at safety.
Oh boy, an over/under.
Is 2.5 too high?
Too high.
That is too high.
2.5?
I was going to say 1.5.
2.5. Because let me think about it. They're moving on from guys from the draft class of 2022 this year, and it's not like they have signed a lot of guys. And when you look at the guys that they did sign, those guys are still in their mid-20s. You think about guys from 2020 draft like Isaiah McDuffie, who I believe was in that draft with Jordan Love, or maybe it was 2021. Those guys are only in their mid-late 20s. Who else?
Will, who was the next closest after Zane and Elton? I think it was a 28-year-old.
It was Keyshawn Nixon, who is 28 and doesn't turn 29 until June.
Wow. And he's got 1 year, and then he's gone based on his contract.
So when I say that, like, you exclude the special teamers, you assume Zane Anderson's back and he turns 30. And well, I need his birthday, Will. When in January? Because we'd have to then come up with assumptions of how far the Green Bay Packers go. Because if it's January 31st, you're basically saying they got to get to the Super Bowl to have at least one 30-year-old, because Elton Jenkins is likely gone, and we're not counting the special teamers.
It's January 3rd, so they'll likely still be playing, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, based off the schedule. Week 18
season. Yeah, I would say 1.5 feels like the line.
So Zane Anderson and 1 free agent?
And that would even get the over. I would be tempted to still take the under.
Seriously?
I really would. I really would.
After all the discussion we've had about wanting them to get a veteran presence for the locker room?
Especially if we're talking about who's on the 53. Maybe he'll sign a guy in the offseason, but have it be non-committal and whatever. Maybe you cut him if Goody feels like, oh, this is why I don't sign 30-plus-year-olds. If it's the 53, or unless it's maybe 56 now, the active roster week 1, I would set it at 1.5, and I would go under, even including Zane Anderson.
But I mean, the thing is,
which is ridiculous, and I think not smart.
Why would Goody sign a 30-some-year-old when he could find? If he's going to sign somebody old, he's going to sign like a 28-year-old. Which has he done that? How old was Zadarius Smith when he got him? 26, 27.
Man, that's a great question. 2019,
and then
he played into like
28.
the 2023 season with the Browns and the Vikings.
Yeah, I think Zadarius.
Regardless,
the
the point is taken. Like McKinney and Jacobs were hot off their first contracts.
He's only going. Even if he signs a special teams guy, he's going to sign somebody who's in his upper 20s. Goody just has no appetite for signing anybody in their 30s. He already said, "What is it? It is a young man's game." He's not looking to get somebody who's 31 and sign him to a 3-year deal where he may not get the most out of him come year 3.
Are we thinking after the conversation that we had in the car, and with the knowledge of one Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace, and Ben Brust together, that the correct line, excluding special teams, would be 1.5 players over 30 by the end of the season?
Outside of special teams, right?
Yeah.
Outside of the specialists.
Specialists, thank you.
I just don't see who they'd bring in. Like, there's not really like a glaring free agent that I think. Like, there's a lot of cornerbacks that are going to be free agents this year, but there's none that I think that would be worth a grab that's over 30 years old. Like, they're all 28, 27, right?
But even we're talking about even guys on special teams. Y'all know I know a guy in the NFL named Nick Bellore who is literally 36 years old, will be 37.
Made some Pro Bowls.
He's made some Pro Bowls. The Commanders signed him and brought him back at that age. Seattle got him at that age. Why? It's because he was really good at what he did. So just because somebody's in their 30s doesn't mean that they can't contribute. So we may not know a name of one of these big names that might be a day-to-day contributor, but we just complained about how our special teams is lacking, and there are guys out there that can solidify and make your special teams be good, but also be a great leader on special teams as well.
It's probably more likely that they try and get like a Rasul Douglas type or a Devondre Campbell type. Like those were like the major Goody finds that made impacts on these teams, from Devondre Campbell playing himself into a big contract, Rasul Douglas making big plays, then ultimately trading him when, looking back, it might have made sense to trade Jair, but that's hindsight, so easy to say now.
Yeah, the only area, I don't think he signs a 30-plus-year-old cornerback, nor would I probably suggest that. Cornerback feels like a young man's position group. I think D-line or O-line makes some sense, but some of the best special teams players that are special teams aces, some of the best guys I ever played with were well above 30. They were on their 8th, 10th, 12th season. They knew the game. They had instincts. They knew vision. They knew the ins and the outs. They had sort of like that vet, inner track, if you will, that they'd be able to. Maybe they lost a step physically, but they knew special teams. They knew situations. They knew leverage, and that type of thing were some of the best players I ever played with that were well into their 30s. So that is just another area where I don't see Brian Gutekunst, and going back to this whole special teams thing, there's probably some special teams aces like Nick Bellore where you could be like, he'd make an impact here. But Goody's going to say, I'll just take my 5th-round draft pick and stick him into special teams. I'll just take my free agent who's 23.
And what makes me mad is that I know that they understand how much of a weapon a special teams guy can be, because I remember I was talking to my boy Nick after the game, and they were talking about how they said don't let 57, good game. Don't let 57 do anything. They double team him the whole time, so they understand the weapon that somebody can be. So I don't understand why, again, Bo Melton is good, but why not try to bring as many guys as possible to contribute on special teams to make that impact? How can you turn your special teams into a weapon? By investing in the position outside of just bringing in a coach. And Brad, no offense to you, obviously not going to be offended, but I think a guy who is just an up-and-coming guy or just a middle-of-the-road guy, if you give him talent, is going to be able to coach these guys up to a certain extent.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking Text line. Taking your reaction to the news late last night that Rich Bisaccia is stepping down as special teams coordinator and associate head coach. We're Kyle Brust Nortman live from Monticello High School as I see the Bank CMG folks are heading in here. It's going to be a great event from 4 to 5 for the girls' high school team, which won a state championship in 2024, and they're looking good this year. I know the boys' basketball team will be involved as well from this 4 to 5 event. They have a great logo here, and they're a great company, bankcmg.com. Now, we don't have Alex Strofe, and what I will say is about Will, who is producing the show, is the details are so much cleaner and crisper without Alex Strofe just throwing a mud pile at us to figure out when we're on remote broadcast. So shout out to you, Will. You've done some research as we're at Monticello High School, a town of 1,200 people.
1,200.
That's a small number. And with that, Will has dug in and done some research on some of the most famous people from small towns in the United States. Maybe Monticello's on the list. Maybe somewhere Wisconsin's on the list. We're going to see if Will can wow us like he's wowed us from his organizational skills here on Kyle Bruston-Nortman. Coming up next.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
I don't value that. You don't value much. You don't.
That's not true.
No, that's true.
No, that's true.
You guys are coming at me a little too much.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and 0% financing for 36 months plus $500 off your project. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold a lie with sportswear, too. You pay a fortune for big-name gear, a fancy logo, a slogan, and it still stinks. Iron Jock doesn't play that game. Silver ion technology is woven into every thread, killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. And now, through February 22nd, our listeners can get 35% off all Iron Jock orders over $50 with the code ESPN35. Shop now at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during our Valentine's sale. Now through February 28th only. It's the perfect time to fall in love with the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. Whether you want to look great for Valentine's Day, an upcoming event, or just for you, you can start losing those unwanted pounds right now. No more losing weight and gaining it back. This program helps you keep the weight off for good. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Josh DiMaggio here, and I have already lost 15 pounds since I started this journey in mid-January, and now it's your time to show yourself some love with $300 off. But hurry, this Valentine's sale ends February 28th. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call 262-235-3980 now for your free consultation. That's 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One Collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One Collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The one collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Live from Monticello High School, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Pretty electric in this gym right now. They got kickball going. I mean, I want to be out there so bad. You know, I can't, like a dog with a ball right now. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, and Brad Nortman here with you. Will is running the show. Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776. And YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison here to support Bank CMG, a great partner of ours and of Monticello High School. They got a local branch and many across the Madison and Waukesha, Milwaukee areas. Will, I'm just going to toss it to you. What did you put together and what do you got for us?
Let's start with some people, some famous people from some small towns in the U.S.
We're in a town of 1,200 people.
That's
and
yes. What the population
very close to New Glarus. Obviously, many people know New Glarus for obvious reasons. But you're in there, and then next thing you know, you're out of there, and next thing you know, you're in Monticello.
Yes.
One of the most popular people on planet Earth, I'd say, Taylor Swift from West Reading, Pennsylvania. Population of 4,000 people. But let's get a little bit...
Is it Reading?
I debated... Toss
because
that around.
My wife obviously is a Swiftie, as many are, and she's got a Taylor Swift book that my daughter, I say, go pick out your books, and she'll bring me the Taylor Swift one.
Oh, that's adorable.
And it goes,
that is cute.
And I always read, Taylor Swift is from West Reading, Pennsylvania, so I hope it's Reading and not Reading.
It is Reading in soccer, I believe.
How about Dolly Parton from Pittman Center, Tennessee, population of 654 people.
Damn, Miss
That's
Dolly.
tiny.
She the finest thing that came out of that little city.
Damn, Kyle.
Oh, we had a school. I probably shouldn't say that.
Yes, there was something you were saying earlier, too, in the show about the prom. There's 15 other women out there. I'm like, easy, Kyle, we're at high school.
I want the kids to know, don't sweat one person. You got a lot more coming.
lot more fish, but not in Monticello.
He's giving out some free game.
You can't. I would say that would be, you grow up, K4 through 12, you burn a relationship, there's no getting away from it.
Oh, yeah, you're in trouble.
Can't go through too many of them because you end up with your sister.
Okay. What are you doing, man?
I'm just saying, the small towns, it happens.
Well, I do believe that the class sizes are about 20 to 25 people. So you're talking about 12 to 13 guys and 12 to 13 girls in your entire graduating class.
I would love to know at 800-990-3776 who went to the smallest school that's listening right now. 800-990-3776. Give us your class size because we had about 25 per class. There was a 25 people graduating class last year here at Monticello.
Wow.
Ooh, I had 25
Try and beat that. Try and beat that on the Carbless Talking text line. Will?
Chuck Norris, who, by the way, I didn't know was this old, born in 1940. He's from Ryan, Oklahoma, with a population of 765 people.
Wow.
Chuck Norris?
Walker,
Chuck
Texas
Norris.
Ranger himself.
That's a stud.
Man, he been looking old forever because my grandpa used to watch the show like 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah, and he looked old then.
He looked old then.
Oh, that's a good call on the YouTube. Monticello is, or not Monticello, the gold medalist, I think the skater, Stoltz.
Yeah.
He's from Kewaskum. That's not too small, is it?
Small town. Not to jump in by the Jimmy Leonard from Tony, Wisconsin. I looked up the population of Tony, Wisconsin. 105 people.
Oh, wow.
Think about that. Jim Leonard's from a town of 105
Jim
people.
Leonard?
Yes.
That's a great poll.
Isn't that crazy?
Man. Lightning Lance, a great teammate of ours, mother went to Monticello. So we know somebody with Monticello ties.
How about that?
I'm sure she was a legend out here. Probably only 10 in the class at that time.
A Pony alum.
What's called? We know. Remember Leo Chanel?
Yes.
He went to Grantsburg, and I know they have less than 3,000 people where he came from. He was a stud, still in the NFL now.
Stevie, all right, I got to get something on my chest. Stevie, I love you, but I know you're a teacher. You don't know everything. I literally have the principal coming over to Kyle, who was debating Monticello or Monticello, saying, it's Monticello. He goes, it's Monticello, not Monticello. If he says Monticello again, I'll scream. Well, you're going to have to get screaming because it's Monticello, and you're wrong.
Wow. Can I add one? And Will, not to jump in your way. This is the
No,
one
no.
that's
Go
crazy.
ahead.
Ashton Kutcher. Oh. From Homestead, Iowa. 135 people. Ashton Kutcher.
You're better at this than Will. I gave Will too much credit.
Well, he's not done with his list, so Will.
Ashton Kutcher.
We got Jennifer Lawrence from Indian Hills, Kentucky. Got a population just over 2,000.
Could you imagine going from a 2,000 people town and then being in Hollywood?
That's crazy.
That would be shocking. Shocking.
That's how you get yourself in trouble.
She's fantastic at the movie she's in.
See,
I love
the Hunger Games were so good.
I was just watching the Hunger Games 2 weeks ago. Oh,
they put them on Peacock. I was so pumped.
See if you guys know any of the well-known people listed from Monticello. Orrin Bacon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know the name?
I know a person named Orrin. I love bacon.
Orrin Burks. Is that what you're thinking of? Orrin Packer?
Yeah.
He was a lawmaker and also worked as a miller. Eugene Clark.
Eugene!
Eugene.
What did Eugene do?
He was also a lawmaker.
Okay.
Monticello, home of the lawmakers.
Don't mess around here.
When you say lawmaker, are you talking about local politician or are you talking about state level?
It just says lawmaker.
Hey, you don't tell me this right now. Probably don't take local.
It just says lawmaker.
He going through every list of the
speed limits
city
in
manager.
Monticello.
Yeah.
We got Ray Schoonover, who, do you guys want to guess what he did?
Lawmaker.
Ray Schoonover?
Schoonover.
Lawmaker.
He was a lawmaker and a businessman.
Okay.
And Chris M. Stauffer. Any guesses?
Lawmaker.
That sounds like a made-up name. That sounds like a name that you say it out loud and it's dirty.
It sounds like Lance's mother was one of the most famous people coming from here, I guess. No.
Yeah, we'll have to get her.
Local hero.
We'll have to get her resume.
What she put into law.
You're right.
A lawmaker. Oh man.
Sounds like if I move this way, I'm going to be in charge of this town.
I'll tell you what, though. If anyone listening in Monticello or anyone listening right now needs great quality service and great products to help enhance their home value and keep the draft out and keep that cold air in the summer, they should turn to the one, the only, Gina Della from Pella.
Yeah, Ben, you said it. I mean, when it comes to home improvement, few things increase your home value like new windows inside and out, and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It's the place to get that. If you missed them at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Sale, booth 420, well, that's okay. They have the Experience Center in Brookfield that is always welcoming. You can meet Gina in person. You can get inspired with everything that they have in stores, windows, doors, everything that you need to transform your home with 0% financing up to 4 years. That's a screaming deal that won't be here for long. So give them a call. Visit them online at PellaWI.com or go to the showroom in Brookfield and see everything that Pella Windows and Doors can do for you.
11 students in a graduating class from Vaughn in the 608.
11?
Where is that at, Vaughn?
Yeah, where is that from, Vaughn? I need to know that one.
That is bananas.
Golden, Wisconsin, Jerry and Sun Prairie. 23 kids in Gilden, Wisconsin.
How do you... I don't know.
You don't lose your girlfriend. Okay, I can't read that.
I have to read it myself.
Oh, you can read that one. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Dortmund, live from Monticello High School. Great partnership with Bank CMG. We're back with 2 minutes reacting to Rich Bisaccia stepping down. 38 days after the season. Wow. Back in 2 minutes.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own. That's
what she said.
Thanks so much, Schulte.
She pumps and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, moves on. That's what she said. Come on, Kyle. Keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
40,000 people. Let that number sink in for a second. That's not a crowd. That's a small city. But they chose relief without surgery. 40,000 people who said stop before replacing their knee or hip. There has to be another way. And they found that at QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Brad Nortman. It's those 40,000 patients who thought that they were out of options and surgery was the only answer. But today, they're moving better, hurting less, and getting their lives back thanks to QC Kinetics and their advanced regenerative treatments. The truth is, surgery isn't always the answer. QC Kinetics and Dr. Ashley Caravelli is right here in Milwaukee, using safe, natural treatments backed by real science. Treatments that activate your body's natural healing healing powers, safe, natural, and non-surgical. And this is critical. The sooner you start, the faster the inflammation will ease. So it's important to get started now. 40,000 people can't be wrong. Before you say yes to surgery, call QC Kinetics for your free consultation. Call now at 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project or never calls you back when you have questions, or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. No Alex Strofe. Congrats to him for getting engaged. He's gallivanting around Florida. Yes, cool indeed. That is Will Summers running the show for us. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. You can see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, what we have been discussing a lot throughout our show is obviously Rich Bisaccia stepping down as the Green Bay Packers special teams coordinator and associate head coach. But what I want to know from KBN Nation and the crew here, can only pick one. Is this more, because going back to 2014, I think that was the last year they were any good at special teams. Systematically bad. So is it the way that Goody builds the roster and the system of which they go about creating the roster, or was it Rich?
Well, it's the system. One. It's the system, and here's why. We went back into, I believe we talked a couple weeks ago, we went back and looked at special teams rankings for the last 10 or 15 years, consistently in the back half, at least, of the NFL.
I think there was 115.
I think there was 115 and maybe 117. All the rest of them were 20 or worse.
We ain't got no top 10s?
So, not even close.
No, Keyshawn Nixon's return year where he had a couple touchdowns on kickoffs, I think that brought him down to like 21.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
Because the rest of the operations were bad.
It's been an embarrassment for the Green Bay Packers, and here's how I know that it's more situational and more organizational. Keyshawn Nixon was your best special teams player by a long shot. You brought him in as a return specialist, and he showed what he can do, becoming an All-Pro twice as a returner. The minute he said, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be cornerback one. You know what the Packers said? Okay, that's fine by us. And he never sniffed special teams except for a couple of moments. So if you are going to emphasize special teams, and if you want your messaging to be this is important, we're going to put time here, we're going to put emphasis here, we all contribute to it, we will have starters play on it. I don't care if you are cornerback one, then you don't let Keyshawn Nixon get out of his return duties. Yes, let him play cornerback one if he's your best cornerback, but you let him keep playing on special teams. That, paired with never truly going after a true special teams ace, hoping that your young drafted guys can just fill the role. I still, too, wonder if Matt LaFleur even allows for special teams for the focus, for the practice time, all that kind of stuff. He says a word like, I don't talk to kickers publicly in a press conference.
Did Ron Rivera talk to you?
Of course. Like seriously, he did. I mean, of course there would be like jokes behind closed doors about, oh, kickers are crazy and blah, blah, blah. But he would stroll over to where we were. Because if you're a head coach, Matt LaFleur is a little bit different because he's involved in the offense, but every head coach I had, It was more oversight. You had no coordinator, a D coordinator, they took care of it. So the coach would just kind of stroll the practice grounds. So almost every day, Rivera would come over and talk to us. Bielema would come over and talk to us. It'd be casual, it'd be quick, but I certainly felt like a member of the team. And if a coach ever said, I don't talk to punters publicly, I'd be like, what the heck, man? So it's clear the Packers, from a personnel and a coaching standpoint, do not emphasize special teams. So we shouldn't be surprised that it's systematic and ongoing when you see that they can never quite breach even the top half of the NFL.
And where I'll place the blame is I am going to place it with, oh my gosh, there's a whole gang of kids running right now. My goodness, I had all the kids on base.
Jailbreak.
Yeah, it was a jailbreak. Oh, the whole team.
They're playing kickball. We're literally broadcasting from a high school in Monticello where we're in gym class right now.
I don't understand the rules of this game.
It's so easy, Brad.
But they're going to the wall. There's no bases.
Yeah, the wall is safe. And then when you can if you get hit by the ball, you're out. So you wait until you can go.
The kid just got 8 RBI.
He just kicked a light.
I told you that light was going to go down.
It's turned around. Looks like it could fall at any minute.
That sounds very dangerous, but also a check. But like I was saying with the Green Bay Packers, when I think about this organization, it is Goody's fault because the fact that he came in when he became the general manager, a flaw of Ted Thompson, which Ted didn't have a lot of them. One of the flaws he has was also having bad special teams, and there wasn't enough of an emphasis on special teams. So when you have an opportunity to be part of an organization and you're just chomping at the bit to say, when I lead, I'm going to do it this way, I don't see anything changing. And that's why it is systemic, and it's a systematic, with the Green Bay Packers, with their inability to switch around with special teams. And it's unfortunate that Goody has come in and hasn't made it a point to turn our special teams around.
He said in the last 4 years in his press conference the other week.
Don't believe anything he said. If we know anything about Goody, listen.
He lied.
Good at blowing smoke.
He's just blowing smoke. What else he's supposed to say? Yeah, we emphasize by hiring a guy for $2-some million a year to be the special teams coordinator for this football team, but it has not been a focus to build this roster through special teams, and that's who it falls on. So I don't care who the coach is going to be until Goody actually emphasizes, and when he's drafting, he's saying, you know what, this guy here, he may never be much on this team, but guess what? I know he could be a great special teams guy.
All right,
From here on out, round 5 through 7 needs to be about finding guys.
I need to ask you a further question then, and try not to hit the table because that shakes
rocking.
the camera. When we're looking at the Green Bay Packers roster and how they get better in 2026, there are things they need to fill, right? Cornerback, offensive line, defensive line. So when you think about the priorities, it'd be hard for me to be able to figure out with where they're at in the cap space. And even when they clear up cap space, it's not like they're clearing cap space to be able to fill everything possible and focus on special teams.
Well,
so that's my if it's systematic, Brad, I don't know how it changes in 2026.
Well, that is the problem because the Packers have no shortage of needs at your starting 22 on offense and defense, and then special teams usually gets the leftovers. But that's where roster construction is interesting and where Goody and LaFleur play a role together. Goody needs to find a guy that can play almost like a Bo Melton. I hate to say it, but a guy that can play that role.
Just not a corner.
Just not a corner. Just pick a side. Please pick a
One
side.
side of the ball.
Most guys can stopgap, right? If you're looking for depth, they can stopgap for a game, but they can also be special teams guys. I'm sure your buddy Nick Bellore, who is a special teams ace, you could plug him in on for a game at linebacker. He'd be just fine.
He'll know plays. He won't be able to make the play.
So the bigger questions also, guys, not everybody on the active roster suits up. It's a push and pull. It is a tug and a negotiation for offense, defense, and special teams coordinators to say, Matt LaFleur, I got to have my guy up, and here's why. And then defense says, I got to have my guy up, and here's why. Oftentimes, when you look at the people that, okay, these are the guys, these are the 46 that are suiting up of the 56, a lot of times the first guys to go, obviously the guys that are injured. After that, it's your reserve special teams guys. And then it's like, okay, second linebacker, go fill in. So it's always been chaos. I was going to say coordinated chaos, but it's not even that when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. So until they actually emphasize special teams, and we're not even talking about like, hey, go out and get 8 guys. Get a get a core 4. That's what we always call it. Get your core 4 special teams guys. Get 4 dudes that, yes, they can play receiver or cornerback or linebacker, but you got 4 guys on special teams that play every unit, and they are studs at those units. That will transform a special teams.
And when you think about Goody and his failures to build up this roster, again, I'm not a special teams guru, but I understand if you have better depth where you saw the failures of our offensive line and the lack of depth in our defensive line, and maybe you don't get all those field goal kicks blocked if you have more disciplined guys or more talented guys who can be on the field goal team.
Well, the field goal team is always going to be made up of your O-linemen. So that's
it's not D linemen too. Some D linemen too.
Some D linemen maybe like on the wing to get a punch in,
but the tight ends, something like that.
Yeah, but the middle portion of it, snapper is obviously snapper, but guard, tackle, that's always going to be
backup offensive lineman.
Balaga was telling us how much he did. All of the
a lot of times starters will play there, but you're right. You do get some guys, some defensive guys on the outside. So field goal unit is effort and coaching. That is purely effort and coaching. So blocked kicks, guys getting burned on that is all coaching. But when it comes to the other units being difference makers, how are you supposed to compete with a team that does emphasize it, has a top-tier coach, and a head coach that puts practice time into it against a team like the Packers that don't? You will get beat every time. That comes out in the stats over the course of a 17-game season.
And you think of like a guy like Eric Wilson, who we let go, who's a good special teams player, did well with the Vikings this year, being able to fill in wherever he needed to be. And then you didn't have a guy in Tyron Hopper who I think we had high hopes for, who did not take that next step that we were talking about, and that is on who? Is that on the coaching or is that on Goody's evaluating when it comes to drafting?
Well, sometimes you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. He got me.
Brad is out.
Hurry up and get it out there. They could have got him.
It's be another jail
Brad,
break.
you got to be better.
I was focused on Kyle's point.
That's a good thing. I'd rather be on that as I am enthralled with this kickball game.
I want to do gym class again.
Yeah, Captain Matty Ice. I miss kickball days in gym class. Those were the best, and dodgeball. While we go to break and get to hear Brad out, you can fire us your favorite gym class games.
Ooh.
800-990-3776 on the Carbless Talk and Text Line or YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison.
Were we all gym class all-stars here?
Of course. I was sweating profusely after every gym class.
I know you went
all in.
Yeah,
I think I told the story because I would try so hard at gym class when I was in like 6th grade. First got to middle school, they made fun of me for trying hard, so I went home and cried.
Okay. Well, at least you tried. At least you won, Ben.
And Kyle, get it! What? Out! Kyle just made
an absolute screaming line drive.
you just yelled out at a high school
He
kid.
is out. What you mean?
He yelled out.
Well, he is out. I caught it, didn't I?
I think it hits the wall. It's like baseball. No,
it hit the wall
first. You delayed too much getting the ball in play.
Oh, well, Ben was sitting there trying to knock it out of his hands.
Bro, that was a screaming line drive. That's like that is why they put up the extended nets at MLB parks, because that was a screaming
people got hurt with that. Yeah.
Wow.
Coming up next on Kyle Brust Nortman is Hear Brad Out. Haven't had a Hear Brad Out, it feels like, in a while. So we'll see if Brad is on his game. He was out last week. That's right.
It's a great one.
Great Hear Brad Out. Live from Monticello High School. Supporting Bank CMG. And a great thing they got going on from 4 to 5 here after school. Saying that was really after school as we're live from a gym class right now where they're playing a fun version of kickball. Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin continues next.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN.
Brent is crazy. Strofe is emotional. I don't want to get in between none of this.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We are starting off with some delays westbound on 94, starting from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound, backing up a bit just before 76th Street past 68th. 894 southbound, just south of Beloit Road. The two right lanes are blocked with a crash. Delays starting at about Oklahoma Avenue. Southbound on 41, a little heavy from Capitol Drive down towards Burleigh, and southbound 43, starting at North Avenue. Going to hit the brakes all the way through the Marquette. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 35. Tomorrow, chance for afternoon snow showers or isolated thunder, a high of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loziga on 94.5 ESPN.
A Road at Night is a documentary chronicling former Badgers player and coach Howard Moore and the 2019 tragedy that forever changed his family. You can see it on the big screen at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison, February 13th through the 19th, with exclusive post-screening panels during the opening weekend. A Road at Night, February 13th through 19th at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison. All proceeds support Howard Moore's ongoing care. Find showtimes and get tickets right now at aroadatnight.com.
Tax refund season is here, but at Cunis, you don't need your tax refund to get a great ride. Right now, during the Cunis Keep Your Refund event, you don't have to spend your tax refund to drive something you'll love. Why? Because Cunis has added a huge selection of over 1,200 affordable pre-owned vehicles available right now across 3 Milwaukee area locations. That's Oak Creek Buick GMC, Greenfield Buick GMC, and Hope Chevrolet. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, all makes and models, and all priced to fit your budget, so you can hang on to your refund for the things that matter most. Pay down bills, take a trip, start a project, spend your refund how you want. With over 1,200 affordable vehicles, chances are the perfect one is waiting for you without touching your tax refund. Shop Cunis Oak Creek Buick GMC, Greenfield Buick GMC, and Hope Chevrolet today. The Keep Your Refund event, only at Cunis. Start your search at CunisMKE.com.
2026 Brewers tickets are on sale now. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more. All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale now at Brewers.com.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Big news from Carbless, a fan favorite and one of my favorites. Blood Orange flavor is now its own dedicated 4-pack, crafted with real spirits for a true cocktail taste. Blood Orange brings bold, citrus-forward flavor with a smooth, premium finish. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Now it's even easier to stock up on the flavor everyone keeps asking for. Look for Carbless Blood Orange 4-pack at your local retailer now. Once you try it, you'll understand why Blood Orange has earned its own pack. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find it near you at drinkcarbless.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, hanging out at Monticello High School. The Ponies. It's a great event. It's about to get started with Bank CMG. They have a local branch here and many in the Madison and Milwaukee areas. I bank with Bank CMG. Coach Gard, you hear him talk about he believes in them too. BankCMG.com to learn more. It's Kyle Bruston Nortman with Will running the show. All right, Brad. I got my pen and my paper. It's time to hear Brad out.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys. You've gotten really good at that, Ben. We've come so far together. We are like one unit. All right, guys. Of course, we know.
Except for your takes here.
No, this one's going to be good. I can't wait for you guys to hear it because you guys are going to eat it up. We all know Winter Olympics is going on right now, and we can appreciate how great these athletes really are. But I got another way to make it more compelling, show how great these are, and absolutely drive ratings for the Olympics. Here's how. Each event, an average citizen enters a lottery if you want to do it, and you compete alongside the Olympians at that event. You go to the Olympic Village. You do a little training if you want, but here's this. An average person competes alongside the Olympians, and it's going to be absolutely electric. One of the things that we remember mostly about American Idol is the terrible, terrible performances.
William Hung.
Not only you will get viral moments like that, but not only that, you'll appreciate when you had a guy like that, but then you heard the vocals of Kelly Clarkson. You appreciated even more so how great these singers are. It'll be a lot like that. It's going to highlight how absurdly good the Olympians are. It's going to create awesome storylines. Could you imagine putting your name in the lottery? Ooh, I want to do the curling. And you get in there, and you're the one guy that gets in there that gets to show alongside of it. It's documentary style. It's going to create storylines. Everybody's going to want to tune into it. And I suggest that this average citizen on all the events goes first. So then you look at it and say, oh, gosh, are people really that bad?
Sports?
Team sports are out. Team sports are out. Except for the small teams. Like two-man luge. Two-man luge would be great when it comes to two random people. Or bobsled team.
Yeah, bobsled. They'd be going kind of fast.
That would be a lot of fun.
What about, I just saw Colin Jost.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
He did a two-man bobsled. And it was insane.
With a professional, though.
With a professional.
Well, so then those people can then go on the interview and say, that was crazier than I thought. We'd have a whole new appreciation for the Olympics Games. It'd be insanely watchable. It would kill the, I could do that argument forever.
Speak of killed, Brad, Ron in the key chimes in 800-990-3776. Brad's about to get people killed in Olympic ski jumping.
Well, so there might be some limits. I'm not sure we do the high fly and ski jumping or even the fast downhill thing.
Did you see what happened to the knee
of Lindsey Vonn?
But that was a torn ACL. She knew the risk.
The rest of the leg is dunzo.
You sign a waiver releasing injury because it'd be awesome. But imagine figure skating. Imagine average people doing figure skating, the two-man luge or the bobsled.
I don't want to see them do figure skating.
It'd
be so boring.
No, that would be so entertaining. And then you'd see the greatness of the
Olympians. I
Olympians.
could go watch Blades of Glory instead.
What about in the Summer Olympics? Swimming, running, diving. Could you imagine that high dive? The average person leaping off of it. I think that would be so tune-inable. Ratings would be super high.
That would hurt.
You would look at this and be like, I have to watch these average people, and you'd appreciate the Olympians even more. They would be able to. It's a way to be like hilarious without being mean, and this would be a way to also increase Olympic spirit. Because to be quite honest, we can't do any of these things. We can't just go, figure skating or whatever else. It brings us closer to the sport. I think an average citizen across the world who enters a lottery, you get selected, and that person, what a lifetime experience. You get to live in the Olympic Village. You get to be televised. Yeah, you might get made fun of your whole life.
We've heard it.
This is one of my best ideas I've had yet, and I will not hear otherwise.
Dude had a whole week off and came up with this.
There was a show once called Pros versus Joes.
Yeah. Bring it to the Olympics.
But the Joes are actually athletic. Brad, this is stupid.
Why?
Because why do I want to watch people who aren't good at it during the Olympics?
Well, you just watch a taste of it, then you watch the professionals.
I know the professionals.
I know the
are
concept.
Good.
We heard you.
Yeah, I get it.
You're telling me with a straight face that you wouldn't tune in.
I would only tune into ski jumping. Like, that would be hilarious.
Because of sadistic reasons.
Right.
Yeah, they have to put it on 10-second tape delay like they do for when they climb the buildings without a harness.
So a death, you don't see a death. Brad, the best thing that you said is letting the normal folks go into the Olympic Village and then do an actual reality show based off of that.
Now, that could be all part of it.
That's what I want to see.
An Olympic Village reality show?
That would be dope.
Bro.
That would be wild.
How is that?
Sign me up a decade ago.
That's a good year, Kyle.
I don't even care if there's an average Joe or not. I want the Olympic Village inside documentary.
It's a bit cryptic inside the walls of the Olympic Village.
So
it's just rumors and allegations. All the things. I still contend this would be incredible. You wouldn't watch
Brad,
an average
nobody's
citizen
coming to support you.
Dive off the dive board?
No.
That would be hilarious.
This stinks.
That'd be hilarious.
Brad, this is bad.
This would be a great hear Brad out if it already hadn't been circulating on social media.
I have not saw it on social. All these people alleging that alleging that I am
going to say I've never
ideas
heard
of absolutely absurd. That hurts my brand. Thank you very much.
The only argument in favor of Brad's idea is how many people watched Alex Strofe do the 3-cone drill.
See, the KBN Nation, this is why I love you. Supporting it, that got more views than anything I've done in my entire career. Think about that.
Imagine Alex Strofe walking alongside LeBron James at the opening ceremonies.
waving the American flag.
You would never appreciate LeBron James more than if you stuck Alex Strofe next to him.
Yeah, you could have did better.
No,
I mean,
wow.
I do think back though to the Australian breakdancer. What was that? 2 years ago in like the Summer Olympics. That's like the only thing I remember from the Olympics because she was so bad.
That's such a good point, Will.
That's the only thing you remember. I remember Steph Curry hitting a dagger.
Those are memorable moments. Even of all the American Idol moments, you brought up William Hung.
She bangs. She bangs.
I like the way
baby.
Those are the most memorable moments. We could have that every 2 years if we do this in the Olympics.
The only cool thing about it would be for somebody to be able to be part of the Olympics who really should not be part
I thought you were going to go back to the Olympic Village.
I mean, we know somebody who's in the Olympic Village. Wasn't Matt Hamilton in the Olympic Village? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he was.
Well, I want to hear his stories.
He's a married man.
Was he always married during that
Yes.
time? Oh, well, then he was just cool then. But he's probably saw some things.
We need to book Matt Hamilton for Olympic Village stories.
We do.
I don't want to hear about curling or anything or the controversy around curling right now with Canada cheating. I just want Olympic Village stories from Matt Hamilton.
I would say curling is another sport that everybody thinks they can do, but then I think you put him out there, I think you look hilariously bad.
I wonder if we tried to, in our heyday, if we tried to actually be little sweepers for curling, could we do it?
Yeah, but you have to rotate, I think. I think everyone...
You have to do the pushing and the
sweeping. Okay, but do you think it's something that,
I don't know. Why don't you ask Matt to bring him out to the arena where he curls?
You think he's a better pusher or sweeper?
I think he's known
good at pushing?
more for sweeping, but according to him, I had a conversation before not making the Olympics. He was curling his best of his career.
Wow.
But got knocked out in the round in the.
How did Americans
second place
do?
Matt Hamilton outside of the gold
How did
medal.
Americans do?
I couldn't tell you. I know there was the male-female mixed got silver.
All right, USA.
Okay. Second place.
USA.
Norway
USA
is crushing the Olympics.
Yeah,
right
they're
now.
doing a great job.
They are. They're built for this Winter Olympics.
Let Snoop Dogg do the events. Yeah, I saw that he's going to be on a Peacock broadcast, and I was like, Snoop's loves the Olympics. I want to listen to a Snoop broadcast.
Well, that's what he does.
I know that sounds electric.
He's a content factory. He really is.
We'll get those phone lines ready to go and be ready to answer because Iron Jock is the best, and we're going to be giving away some Iron Jock gear right now, as we always do when talking about Iron Jock. And if you're caller, let's see here, what can we do? What about caller number 20 for the Iron Jock giveaway today? 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-3776. Caller 20 is going to win some Iron Jock gear. And right now, what you should do is go to ironjock.com. That's Iron J-O-C. And you can get a great deal. Because when it comes to Iron Jock, it's not about the fancy brand and the big name brand that you see. It's all about the quality. 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria is gone with that silver ion technology. You can get 35% off all Iron Jock gears over $50 with the code ESPN30. So it's ESPN35 at ironjock.com, and you can get 35% off orders of $50 or more. Caller 20-800-990-3776. That is how you win. Evan Cohen, Skip Bayless-Cohen, TMZ Cohen had more things to say about Jordan Love on Unsportsmanlike this morning. I know.
Not again.
TMZ Cohen strikes again. Next on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Ben, the irony of you saying this guy sounds like a tool and thinks he's better than everybody else.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 894 is going to be our trouble spot to start things off. We do have a crash just south of Beloit Road. 2 right lanes are blocked, so that is a bottleneck stretching all the way back from Greenfield Avenues where you're starting to see those delays. Eastbound 94, we've got backups from 76th Street to Hawley Road, westbound from about 30th Street to Hawley Road. Also southbound 43 hitting the brakes at Keefe, stretching all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 35. Tomorrow, chance for afternoon snow showers or isolated thunder, a high of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Frank Daniels, our Madison Goldsmith, has an idea.
Bring him in.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Monica.
It's great to see you, Frank. What's your idea?
It's a new company policy.
Let's hear it.
You know the world-famous Kessler's warranty?
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Every time I hear that warranty, it blows my mind.
I propose we have a jewelry cleaning policy that's as amazing as that warranty.
What would it say?
Bring us your jewelry and we will professionally clean it. While you wait, for free. You can come in as often as you want, and we don't care where you bought your jewelry. The only thing that matters is that you want it to look amazing again. We want that too.
I vote yes.
I vote yes. I vote yes. The motion carries. Congratulations, Frank. Your idea is now company policy.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Wisconsin Lutheran junior forward Cager Knippel. Knippel delivered the best performance of his season, pouring in a career-high 31 points while shooting 63% from the field, marking his 3rd straight game with at least 15 points as the unbeaten Vikings continue their dominant run. The younger brother of Charlotte Hornets rookie star Con Knippel, Cager has drawn significant Division I recruiting interest of his own as he continues to elevate his game for Wisconsin Lutheran, who remains undefeated and nationally ranked as the postseason approaches. Congratulations to Cager Knippel, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin live from Monticello High School, supporting Bank CMG. Will Summers is running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. You can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And, man, I'm not going to lie. Loved basketball practice, didn't mind it. But watching the nitro volleyball and the kickball games were electric.
Yeah, these are some unique gym class games that I don't remember ever doing at Brookfield Central.
No, definitely not. But what I want to hear from next is Evan Cohen. Apparently, this was in his appearance yesterday in Wilde and Tausch, so I was wrong about unsportsmanlike. But when Kyle brought up yesterday that NFL.com had Jordan Love ranked 14th, 14th of all starting quarterbacks last year, with Caleb Williams ahead of him, Justin Herbert. Who else was there? There was some more. Sam Darnold. And this was supposed to take in the whole body of work of regular season, postseason.
Lamar Jackson, who had a down year, he was injured last year. Joe Burrow, who missed plenty games, and Joe Flacco got traded. Daniels, oh my God.
Skip Bayless Cohen, TMZ Cohen, had this to say about where Jordan Love was ranked.
I think what we're learning here is what NFL.com is telling you is that the pairing of LaFleur and Love is not overly impressive because a lot of these guys are based on the pairing with the coach who wasn't their coach a year ago. Drake May with Josh McDaniels, Trevor Lawrence with Liam Cohen, Caleb Williams with
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson. Jordan Love's kind of been the same for a little bit, and there's nothing new about the evaluation of him because there's nothing new relative to the pairing, and thus Matt LaFleur has gotten what he's gotten out of Love, and Love's gotten what he's gotten out of Matt LaFleur. That's kind of what I believe it's kind of what it's telling you here.
That was Evan Cohen, and again, I cannot reiterate this enough. I stand by what I said yesterday, but listening to that affirmed it even more. If Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers don't blow it against the Bears, he's in the top 8 because they win the game. And on Monday, on Unsportsmanlike, Evan Cohen himself that we just heard from with Chris Canty and Michelle Smallman would be singing the praises of the 300-yard-plus performance from Jordan Love and the 4 touchdowns against the Chicago Bears on the road as a 7 seed, which would have been the second time and only the second time that a team at the 7 seed had won against a 2 seed. And it would have been the Packers twice. So that is my frustration. I will continue to be mad about the way Jordan Love is looked at all offseason because of the way that the second half went down, which I put more on the floor than I do Love.
Yeah, have you guys ever seen a movie that was actually like really good up until the final 15 minutes? It was a horrible ending. It kind of ruins your taste for the movie. You walk away saying, that movie kind of sucked. And you think it sucked because it was a bad ending. That's what it feels like with this Packers season and Jordan Love season. Felt like most of the year you're watching this movie and you're thinking to yourself, man, this is a pretty good movie. I could watch this one again. I think there's something special happening. But the ending was so bad, it soured the entire taste and your rating of the movie. And I feel like you're exactly right, Ben. If it wasn't for that collapse, if even the Packers hold on, if even they squeak by in an unimpressive second half fashion, you look at that and say Jordan Love has a postseason marquee moment with an elite game, one of his best QBRs of the entire season, and you beat your nemesis, the Bears. You continue the ownership and little brother hierarchy that the Packers and Bears have, but that narrative spun everything. I think that the disrespect and the lack of appreciation for Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur, but most importantly Jordan Love, it speaks volumes, and I can't believe NFL.com is discounting them this much. I think Jordan Love is best with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, so I'm excited to see what he does with this. But in general, I think that you can't tell me that there are that many other quarterback coaching combinations that are better than them. You can't tell me 10 of them are. You just cannot tell me that.
Yeah, and when you look at the Packers, a lot of times, again, it is what it is. We have the final results. When you look at the stats and you don't actually watch the games for everything, this is when people can draw the conclusion that maybe Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love had a down year. And the fact of the matter is this. The Green Bay Packers did dwindle down in the end. They didn't do enough. Jordan Love missed 2.5 of the last games, and that impacted the offense. Our scoring offense, remember, to start the year was really, really consistent, playing pretty well. I mean, you had a couple games where you had some low-scoring games, but you still were seeing a level of consistency. Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur have been a top 10 scoring defense in the past before. So this is why I'm not going to put too much in the fact of how this team ended, and I'm not going to allow for people to tell me that this combo of Jordan Love and LaFleur don't have the potential to be Super Bowl caliber. And again, my eyes told me earlier in the season before Tucker Kraft got hurt that this was a good team. My eyes told me through the 5-game winning streak that the Packers had that this was a good team and this was a good offense that finally found their flow. So I'm not going to allow for injuries, for the offensive line to fall apart in the end of the year to push me away from what I understand that this team could be. And when you look at the Super Bowl odds, they're top 5 in the Super Bowl odds overall going into next season. And you cannot not have the offensive combo of the coach and the quarterback, and with the defense kind of in flux, where teams or people in Vegas and the perception of the Packers is that they can win the Super Bowl next year if you don't have that coach-quarterback combo that they have. So I completely disagree. There's no way they should be 14th, and nothing that they've done show me that they shouldn't be a top 10 duo.
It's just so easy to forget that at the halftime of the Denver Bronco game, Jordan Love had a great first half, and he was third in MVP odds for the season. He plays 3 more quarters, basically finishes out that game. Doesn't go great, but they're really
third quarter was good until Watson went down. Remember, they scored right off the gate.
That's true. That's a good point. They came out and they scored right away. He basically plays 3 more quarters, gets hurt in the first or second quarter of the Bears game, doesn't play until that great playoff performance, and you're telling me that he's still not worthy of like third in MVP voting when you take everything into consideration. He was, and then played 3 quarters, and then played an awesome playoff game. So how easy it is to forget how great he was doing. But that 5-game losing streak, all the LaFleur drama and indecision, I just look at Jordan Love and think to myself, very rarely this last season did the Packers lose or struggle because of him. There's a couple bad throws, a couple interceptions.
The Cleveland game's the only one that you could say if he didn't turn it over. And I know there was more to it, like a block kick, and he still brought him back down after the interception. But without that, they're winning that football game.
Yeah, they are.
So there's a couple moments, but there is for every team in the NFL.
There
are moments for every team and every quarterback
every
in the
MVP,
NFL.
There's bad moments.
And when I think about Jordan Love and the narrative, it's not unfair. This is wrong, but it's not unfair because until he takes the team to an NFC Championship game, he's likely going to be looked at the same way, probably because of who he's following in Green Bay. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, and all great quarterbacks are judged on how they do in the playoffs. It's like when I talk about the NCAA tournament, right? The Badgers basketball team have won some really impressive games on the road at Michigan, on the road at Illinois, and they just spanked Michigan State, right? They laid an egg yesterday, but my overall point is those wins and those moments that everyone celebrates and gets really high on, you forget about it with that movie analogy if they go to the NCAA tournament and they don't get past the first and second round and make it to the second weekend. The whole season becomes defined by that. And so Jordan Love is in the same boat because the quarterback is such a position where success and wins and losses, whether you want to make it a stat or not for quarterbacks, it ultimately is when you look at how quarterbacks are judged holistically.
Yeah, because you look at Lamar Jackson, who's had an objectively better career, obviously, than Jordan Love. MVPs and consistently being a top 5 quarterback. He hasn't got it done in the postseason. It's a real knock against his legacy. So until you get it done in the postseason, where your legacy is actually defined, you're always going to have a monkey on your back. It's not unlike a great NBA player winning a championship. You're always going to have a monkey on your back, and you're always going to have this nagging voice from the outside in where it's just like, hey, you're not good enough because you don't do what it takes in the biggest moments. So that's next up for Jordan Love. He's proven he can be in the MVP conversation. He was all last year. He's proven he can be a franchise quarterback. He's had moments where he looks like the best quarterback in the NFL. He's just going to have to do that over a prolonged stretch in really, really big games.
It's unfair, but it's fair. And that's the way it's going to be.
I mean, but the standard for us is we want, like, again, if Jordan Love never gets to a Super Bowl, then I would say overall his time in Green Bay was a failure and a disappointment. But he has a lot of years left to finally break through and get to that, and we got to start by winning the NFC North. That is the first objective.
Yeah.
It's been 4 years.
They got to get over
2022 Rodgers, 23 first-year Love, not beating 1-5 in the division in his third year, and then obviously falling short to the Chicago Bears in this past season. So they have the basically equal odds between them and the Lions to win the division as it stands right now, top 5 in Super Bowl odds. With great power and expectations comes great responsibility. And who knows, maybe if Rich Bisaccia was let go a year prior, we wouldn't have as many issues with special teams. And that may have been a couple of wins that get him a better seed. Then it's a different conversation for Love and the Packers.
I'm glad you talked about the division because it just goes to show how important it is. We've seen the whole thing about 7th seed and the journey to get there. Last 25 Super Bowls, 46 of 50 were division winners. That's 92%.
Damn!
92% of Super Bowl participants, losing team and winning team, were division winners. Only 4 of them 2005 Steelers, 07 Giants, 2010 Packers, 2020 Buccaneers, Tom Brady, were the only wild card
They didn't win their
Super
division
Bowl
that year, huh?
appearances, not even just winners. So if the Packers,
the Packers got hot in 10.
Yeah.
I know.
I know
I'm
you
talking
that
about the Buccaneers.
Yeah. So if you are going to go to the Super Bowl, and if you told me 92% of teams that do this go to the Super Bowl, I really want to know what this is. That this is winning your division. That starts with there in the NFC North in 2026.
Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Bradley Nortman here from Monticello High School supporting Bank CMG, and I got to tell you about another great partner, and that's the Princeton Club. Whether you're looking to grow in 2025 or 2026, rather, man, time flies. If you're going to grow, you're going to grow with the Princeton Club because they're going to help provide an environment and community where you can help have that foundation of your healthy body. And when you have that healthy body, everything will trickle from there. And so, again, get a tour, check out the Madison area's locations. You can check out New Berlin. And right now, this month in New Berlin, one workout, one check-in equals one meal to the New Berlin food pantry. So many great things and reasons to be a part of the Princeton Club. But the number one thing for you is, if you're looking for a better tomorrow, it can start today at the Princeton Club. And again, with that healthy body and that healthy foundation, the rest of your growth in 2026 will stem from that. We wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion of the show. Next, it's Kyle Brust and Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible. Wait,
what?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Students learn best when they can put their knowledge into action. JA's Stock Market Challenge teaches high school students how to analyze stocks and how current events impact value. Thanks to RSM, our partner that makes this program possible. It's just one of many ways JA brings learning to life. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value. Hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
Homer here from ESPN Milwaukee. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Dave.
The campus is beautiful. For me, nature is my church, and I love being outside. We live by the Bark River, and it's calming. It just calms my soul. I just love it. A lot of the people, I'm talking about 100-year-old people, 90 years old, say they credit Three Pillars with living longer.
Wisconsin's own Gruber's offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Brust and Nortman with you across ESPN Wisconsin for just a little bit longer. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Will running the show. I got to go back here because I did see a lot of great answers. As we've been at Monticello High School, and we were in the middle of gym class. Saw nitro volleyball, a kickball game. What are those best games that you got to play in high school, middle school, growing up? I remember, like, elementary school. Kyle's worn the shirt before. You remember the parachute?
Of course.
That was fun.
That's a great elementary school one. How about when you were a little bit older? Middle school, high school, floor hockey.
Yeah, you stole that from the YouTube.
No, I didn't. I stole it from somewhere else, but.
Okay. I saw floor hockey from somebody on YouTube, and I was like, that was fun.
Y'all didn't like dodgeball?
We mentioned dodgeball and kickball.
Badminton's great.
Yeah. Badminton in freshman year won the championship.
No doubt about it. Long arms, right? Long leverage.
Definitely needed the cool there, Will. Definitely needed the cool there.
You know, elementary school, I like green light, yellow light, red light.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah. Did you ever do? Do you guys have to climb the rope?
Oh, yeah. Never
intimidating.
I loved
intimidating.
No, I couldn't do it.
I would love to go back. Like, you know, when you come to your old high school or your old middle school or your old elementary school, when you were young, it felt like the biggest thing in the world.
Sure
and then you step back in. I'm sure you've been to Brookfield Central and it feels so small compared to what you imagine it.
They still do the presidential thing?
I was going to say, I loved the high school standard fitness test. Of doing all like the sit and reach, doing the sit-ups.
You know what?
That was so fun.
You know why sit-ups were the worst for me? I got paired with somebody who came up.
Oh,
come on. You got to coach him up, Ben, and say, hey, there's none of that there.
Coach him up. I can't tell him to stop farting.
You should say, hey, teacher.
I thought you were saying
every time he'd do a sit-up, it would...
Did he know he was farting?
Yeah, but like it was timed, and he was bigger, and it felt bad.
He's trying his best.
I was just turning my head away, holding his feet down.
At least he's trying his hardest.
Nah, that's inappropriate. I would have told the teacher.
That's not inappropriate.
I can't breathe. I should be subjected to this toxins.
Oh, man.
Good old gym class. I used to love kickball was one that we had as well. I used to love tag, too.
You played tag?
Y'all ain't never played tag?
You do that like sharks and minnows?
You play tag at recess. You don't play tag in gym class.
You played tag in gym class?
No.
No.
That can't
and you had
be.
to freeze?
That's not an actual game.
Freeze tag and go under the legs
to
unfreeze them?
I'm pretty sure we played that in gym class. I'm trying to recall.
Maybe sharks and minnows.
Yeah,
where
sharks
someone
and
starts
minnows.
as a
What is
shark
is minnows?
And you start tagging people, and they become sharks.
And yeah.
You keep on crossing back and forth until.
Oh yeah,
sharks and minnows.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, you tried to get across.
Tag.
I mean, you had to tag somebody. Not
Brad,
tag
you strike me as somebody who would have liked the pacer test.
Oh, I love the pacer.
The beep test
it's
was
organized.
the worst.
No, it's organized. It's consistent. You got a clear goal. I love the pacer test.
I hate it.
What's not to like?
I'm too out of shape. Them tones get a little bit too close.
Too
and I'm
quick.
Like, oh wait a minute.
Beep.
Now.
I mean,
I'm out.
That feeling when you touch the end line and you hear the beep again and go back the other way, you start to get humbled really quickly.
I hated doing a mile in class. One time I ran 3 laps instead of 4 because I said, I'm done.
So you were like some of the kids.
They must have failed you. I hope Whitefish Bay failed you.
They didn't know. It was on the honor system, and
honor system.
So
what kind of honor do you have?
Clock in at 4.5 minutes. They say, "Oh wow."
I was probably no. I was
fast.
I was pacing slow. It was probably still a 7-minute mile.
Will, any that we've missed? You're younger than us. Did they invent new games?
You guys ever play like Keep the Garbage Off My Yard? That game where it's basically just you take dodgeballs and you throw them to the other side. Just whip the ball.
That's a good call. Where there's basically, imagine like the half court, right? And each team's on either side. You try to throw stuff over.
I don't think you have to imagine half court. I bet that was the line.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was
exactly half court. That's a good pull, Will.
Kind of sounds stupid, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do any of this without stretching. I've been thinking about like just dodgeball. Remember, you had to sprint to go get the balls.
You made that catch today, though.
Yeah, I did make the catch, but I didn't.
Sitting down.
I could just maneuver a little bit. I don't know about that cutting and stopping on a dime anymore.
I will say, so before the show started, before you got here, Kyle, there was an opening in the gym, and Ben wanted to grab a basketball. Of course, he's a gym guy. And I was like, I'll do that too. Ben was, of course, silky smooth and hitting him all the shots. I haven't shot a basketball in years.
He was
literally
tight.
years. Bro, it was so clunky. I was pushing the ball. I had no rhythm. It is truly amazing how quickly touch, feel, athleticism, everything escapes your body.
You better get that back in order now. I know the boys is young, but you got about 3, 4, 5 years to get it together before you don't embarrass yourself in front of the boys.
I'm going to have to retrain because the respect of their father is already focused.
But there's one thing that you could probably always do, and that's boot a ball pretty far.
Yeah.
And watching up close, like I lived with a college punter, and even him?
What? Who?
My buddy Tyler. He punted at Northern Illinois University. I fielded punts from him out at our apartment complex in the grass.
Yeah.
And that was insane.
Yeah.
So college to pro is probably another 5-10 yards, a little more hang time.
The thing is, I haven't punted a ball in like 6 years.
Are you that mad about how it ended?
Well, yeah. I mean, why go out there and just keep,
because you got the Nortman Estate. You got all this land that you cut the grass for with Handyman Steve and all them.
It's plenty of land.
Or Nate the grass guy.
It's Nate the grass guy and Handyman Steve. They all make sure that the estate's looking primed and primped. I should go back out there and kick the ball. There's plenty of space for it, but I'm concerned that I won't be what I once was.
I've
got this vision of what I once was, and I almost don't want to readdress who I am.
Brad,
now.
you're not the man you were 10 years ago. Like, that's what happens. It's life.
Yeah, I mean, why you got to?
You have no closure of your NFL career. This could be the closure.
Yeah. Do you know when I was on Wilde and Tausch, he basically had me do a retirement speech. When I was guest hosting on Wilde and Tausch, because he's like, have you ever actually retired? That's a whole farce, by the way, too. Nobody actually sends in papers. You just stop playing, and the league just says, okay, this guy's retired now.
Are you sure about that? Because usually when people say they retire, like somebody signing a one-day contract to retire with the team. Right?
Well, they're usually really good.
Yeah,
they're usually really good players.
Yeah, really good.
I mean, Brad was a really good player.
Not that good. I was an average punter.
Like, if you walked out...
That's still pretty good.
If you walked out, Brad, onto the field for a Carolina Panthers game, and we now welcome back Brad Nortman.
Right now?
Yeah. Would there be a roar? Would there be just golf claps?
I think they would say... The punter on your Super Bowl 50 runner-up, who was teammates with Luke Kuechly, Greg Olsen, Cam Newton. Oh, yeah.
So, this is unfortunate.
I think I'd be sort of known, I guess.
The B-52 bomber was in magazines in Charlotte. Were they and what a punt by Brad Nortman, the B-52 bomber, on the radio broadcast.
Yeah, the radio broadcast, I had a little bit of saltiness into it in a good way. I would get recognized probably, every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, you'd be like, oh, you're Brad Nortman. I'd be like, yeah, what's up, go Panthers.
I would say people,
did you get more recognized for this show than you did as a Panther?
Probably just as much.
No, you punted in the Super Bowl. Everybody will remember who you are from Carolina.
Yeah, they'd remember.
They always remember.
You guys remember Tim Mastay, right? The Packers punter.
Exactly. Yeah, Tim
Packers fans have built a little more different than Panthers fans.
Wow, that's savage.
It's the truth. They're a nationwide brand.
The Panthers love their own.
Well, you gonna count me out or what? Jim, Matt, and Molly are coming up next in Madison. The Dam Sports Show is up next in Beaver Dam. Kyle Brust-Nortman continue next live from Monticello High School as there's a great event going on with Bank CMG. Special guest has arrived. I can't say who, but they are in for a treat here in Monticello. Never thought of all places I'd see this, but here we are. Kyle, Brust, Nortman, 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Coming up next in 2 minutes.
Got some good news. Southbound on 894, where we had that accident just south of Beloit Road, had the 2 right lanes blocked. They have been able to take care of that one. Unfortunately, though, the delays are still there. But we do have an issue on northbound 41. This is the off-ramp to Good Hope Road, right now closed because of an incident. Southbound 43, watch for backups from Capitol Drive, pretty much all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 35. Tomorrow, chance for afternoon showers or isolated thunder, a high of 48. Weather's brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another 2-man scramble tournament is underway. Play TPC Scottsdale for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by February 28th. Sign up now at wisconsinindorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Heck yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for my friends at Robert Hack Diamonds. Listen, when it came to buying an engagement ring for my now fiance, I had no idea what I was doing, which is why I went to the team at Robert Hack. I heard her say words like radiant cut and solitaire, but to be real honest, I didn't really know what that meant. So I wrote it down, I brought it to the team at Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield, and they knocked it out of the park. It's true, if you've never been through this process before, the team at Robert Hack are absolute experts. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 1 in Greenfield, Brookfield South, and Brookfield North. If you're looking to take the next step like I did, and your girlfriend maybe is posting things on her Pinterest page or is showing you pictures, bring it into Robert Hack. They'll do their best to duplicate a dream ring for her, just like they did for my fiance. Moral of the story, if you were like me and you want to start, you just don't really know where, the answer's clear. Visit one of the 3 Robert Hack locations in the Milwaukee area. Just like me, at the end, you'll say, heck yeah, with Robert Hack Diamonds. And RobertHackDiamonds.com, that's RobertHackDiamonds.com.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
Live from Monticello High School, it's Kyle Bruston Ortman across 94.5 ESPN, YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee.
We in the cello.
ESPN Wisconsin
Monticello.
app.
We in that cello. That Monticello.
Did you ever think you'd be here?
We in the cello. No.
Great time, great cause. Bank CMG here, a great partner of ours and a great partner of Monticello High School. Now, Will is running the show in for Alex Stroh. Will, any overall thoughts that you've been thinking about after the first 2 hours of the show?
I'm just curious, while Alex Stroh is off gallivanting, how many times he's called his ex-girlfriend his now fiance? Like, how many times do you think he's used the word fiance in the past, 5 days?
Yeah,
1,000
6 days if you include Friday and today.
Like, it's 100% over 100, right?
Like, we talk about Alex Stroh, how he wakes up and everything's, like, great. He probably wakes up and just staring at her. Hey, fiance, wake up. Like, you're my fiance. And
yeah.
He looked at that ring.
Every time we go out to dinner, but this is my fiance.
Yeah. Oh, when he's making friends in Florida because he's feeling confident right now. He's going to the bar.
And I think people wonder, like, Stroh has, like, he's got this personality on there,
It probably feels like a Make-A-Wish program.
Oh, wow.
These couples are probably
good for you, young man.
Am I wrong, Kyle?
That was savage.
I ain't going there.
Will, am I wrong? We all can go there.
I ain't going there. You just what you just said about our co-host.
He's not a co-host. He's a producer.
Our producer, our teammate.
Will's not touching this one either because he's got to do irrelevant with him.
I mean, he's definitely overdoing it. I'll say that.
He's a little different. He's a little different. I say
but
that.
I think people could wonder, like,
no, they're
is,
probably
is the same energy.
Oh, that's so sweet of you to take him out and call him your fiance for the day.
Oh, what organization do you work with?
He is the same guy off air as he is on air, KPN Nation. So if you can imagine that level of energy all the time, that level of excitement bottled up into an engagement, he's a volume shooter when it comes to calling her a fiance.
How many times do you think he said, "I can't believe I'm engaged"?
Oh my gosh!
I could do this all day.
She's gonna probably be like, "Did I make the right decision?"
Will wasn't here the first 2 days where we discussed how Alex Strofe told me very early on, because I was with him at Robert Hack Diamonds when he picked out his ring.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy.
That is crazy. Best friend energy.
It's going to be kept very tight, right? Like, no one can know. This person can't know. That person,
he said that.
We got to keep this tight.
He did not say that.
He said that to me too.
He said it to Will. He said it to everybody.
What does tight mean to him?
Because Will, I feel like 60 to 70 people in our office knew.
Yeah, I was like, I honestly kind of forgot, so the secret was safe with me, and then I was like, wait, all you guys knew too?
Shortly after he bought the ring, I remember he had a picture on his phone, and he pivoted it like in a pre-show meeting, and he said, "Hey, check this out," and just like showed me the ring, and I was just like, "What's up?" He's like, "That's the engagement ring. That's going to be my fiance's," and I was just like,
"My fiance's."
So again, he's leaning into it, and it's just like it's all Alex Strofe.
He was probably that guy in high school that was like spreading rumors. He's like, "But don't tell anyone," while he's like actively telling everybody.
I know this. I know. Don't tell him a secret because everybody gonna know your secret.
Yeah.
So I have a question for the group here. Right now, there's a guest speaker going on, but I know that they're going to be handing out swag based off some results of some knockout. Would you guys allow me to play knockout against the high school basketball teams of Monticello?
That's like cheating.
Well, not only would I allow it, I love the opportunity. I would say you are the heavy betting favorite, but everybody loves an underdog. So
I'll be cheering
because if I get out, everyone's going to go crazy.
Crazy. What's your like concern level entering the? You've seen these guys play now for about a half hour.
There's no concern, Brad. My only concern right now is they're giving away swag from Bank CMG signed by somebody special.
So what happens if you win it?
Exactly. I'm going to have to throw the game if I'm in the final two.
No, Ben, now, they won a girls' basketball state championship in 2024. Now, there might be some.
Do they play in the Final Four? They set the all-time three-point record of Wisconsin?
It might be some little Caitlin Clark out here that can shoot. Now.
What you do is you give the swag to the second-place finish.
I don't take the swag.
You cream him, you win it, then you say, but instead of taking it, I'll give it to you.
The only thing I'm worried about is I'm in boots.
What does that mean?
Like, if I do miss, I'm usually like really quick at getting it back up before the next person shoots.
You know what though, Kyle? The more I think about this, Ben, you're an athlete, right? You're a competitor. You put yourself in situations, and inevitably coming from it is an injury. Are we setting ourselves up for an injury? You're in boots. You're not warmed up. You're going to play some high school athletes.
Oh yeah, I can't hurt the kids.
You're gonna pull something. You're gonna go too far.
Ben Bruss finds a way to be okay through everything. He busted.
I mean, okay, but with bumps and bruises.
It's knockout. And by the way, somebody was telling me that they were going to play knockout here. And I'm surprised
call it knockout or lightning?
Yeah, I'm surprised you
lightning.
Yeah, I'm surprised you two, because they were on the East Coast when I was on this call from CMG. And I call it knockout, but in Wisconsin, is it just called lightning?
It's called lightning.
I'm lightning. Yeah, I remember lightning.
Why is it called lightning?
What do you call hustle?
What's hustle?
21.
21.
Yeah.
Hustle.
Yeah, I call it hustle too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like
the 262 guy. Not the basketball.
Maybe
guy?
it's like a Wisconsin bubbler thing. You know, it's not a water fountain; it's a bubbler in Wisconsin. Wisconsin sort of owns its own little vernacular.
Just like Jordans, we don't call them Jordans; we call them Bones.
Bones?
I don't call my Jordans Bones.
You should have lied. You'd be like, we called that too.
Yeah,
and Kyle would adapt you up.
Look at my bones, bro.
Air Force Ones, we call it Dookies here in Milwaukee.
Dookies.
Yeah.
Now I'm learning something.
Yeah.
Strove texted us, and I was hoping he was listening to the show.
Oh, what does he want?
Well, I guess we could.
Did he reference his fiance?
We could extend this a little bit further. We were having a conversation about Brad Nortman, who is the punter for the Panthers in Super Bowl 50, and I said, "Would you be recognized in Carolina?" And then the question was asked, "Do you remember the punters of the 96 and 97 Super Bowl team? Well, the championship team and the losing team for the Packers."
It's a great question. I sure do.
I was reading the text from your brother. I'm so sorry.
Who's the punter?
Punter in 96, 97. Now, I know you saw it, but would you have known?
No. I would have. I definitely. The name doesn't even ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell?
It doesn't even ring a bell.
Oh,
name,
God.
What's the name?
Yeah.
He said it was Chris Henrik.
No, Craig Hendrick. And Chris Jackie was the kicker on the first one.
I know Chris Jackie.
And then Ryan Longwell for the second Super Bowl.
I know Ron.
Yes, everyone
Ryan
knows
wow,
the kicker.
Disrespect out of the punters. I knew Craig Hendrick. I'll even say
people are going to know Graham Gano. They're not going to know Brad Norman.
Well, he did play there longer than I did. They'll know Brad Norman.
But I knew who Tim Matson was.
Yeah, there you go.
So, I'm
getting text right now. It's Lightning Ben.
You're talking about 30 years ago.
And I was a child.
In 2045, will those people know that I was the punter for the Carolina Panthers?
No. Their parents will, though.
Their parents will, yeah. If you would ask maybe, Mama and Papa Wallace, but they're not huge Packer fans.
Will would know. Will probably didn't know who Brad Norman was before he started working here.
Well, Will, did you know who the punter was for the Bears in their Super Bowl? Because you're a notorious Bears fan.
Oh, no, he probably did.
Hell no.
Probably not, even though he definitely was punting a lot because Rex Grossman wasn't great when they made
you
it
don't know
that year.
the punter? I know the punter.
I know the kicker.
What year were you born, Will?
2002.
And they won 06?
06, yeah. So I was 4.
Brad Maynard, does that sound familiar?
Oh, yeah.
It does sound a little bit familiar.
Yeah, that's Brad
I know
Maynard.
Robbie Gold was the kicker.
Yeah, those were
that
some
was
elite
easy.
specialists right there.
He was kicking forever.
Well, and Devin Hester was the returner.
Yeah, he was pretty good, too.
Special teams.
Special teams. They
Defense and special
took the
teams.
opening kickoff out there.
Yep, they sure
But
did.
they obviously were limited offensively, and Peyton Manning wasn't at that point in his career.
All the camera flashes at that, too.
I know. It was so cool.
Beautiful thing.
You know, I was at that Super
I'm just talking about.
Isn't that weird?
Why were you at the Super Bowl?
I got a friend who has a house in South Florida, and they got tickets, and they said, "You want to go to the Super Bowl?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Man,
so
you were in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, 06.
It was crazy. So I saw it. It rained. My phone broke because it rained so much. The Prince concert in the rain.
What phone did you have?
Oh, man. It was just like a singular flip phone.
Like a Razor? Those were all the rage.
I don't know if Razor was out right that
No,
time.
Razors were out.
It just
but
came out.
I wasn't big money enough for a Razor.
Yeah, I had a little flip phone that made noise. Ring, ring when I opened it up.
It was crazy, though.
So I don't want to say this too loud, but a little birdie told me that Monticello boys basketball team has not won a game this year.
Oh, wow.
So I'm feeling even better about my knockout chances.
Oh, wow. Would I be wrong for saying...
Well, don't say it if you're going to be wrong.
Okay.
I just said a little birdie told me, and now you're saying.
A little birdie told me. I'm not surprised based on what I saw.
Okay,
and we're whispering because they're right there with the guest speaker speaking right now. Right now. So,
you douche.
For all those reasons, I'm glad we went down the specialist.
Why you tell me that, Ben?
Tell you what.
Well, we didn't need to know that.
Lance Davis texted me that. His mom went to Monticello, so he keeps tabs on the team.
But everybody loves an underdog story. If they beat, what do you
that
think
would
they'd rather
make it
have?
worse.
What do you think they'd rather have? Somebody beat Ben Brust in knockout or win a game?
Oh, win a game.
Oh, no. Beat Ben Brust in knockout.
You'll always have that.
Bro.
You'll always have beating Ben Brust in knockout.
But the team will remember the win.
Who
Only
cares?
one individual will be able to
but you're an icon.
Ain't nobody telling their grandkids that they won one game. They telling their grandkids they knocked out Ben Brust.
They're going to pull up the
famous
Final Four
Ben
team and
Brust.
say, that guy I beat in knockout.
I beat him.
I have nothing to
beat
gain
him.
by this other
You
than
have
my
nothing to
own
gain.
pride.
Matter of fact,
Everything
you
to
should lose just so somebody has a good story and something good happens. I'm serious.
Love how you guys are just whispering this entire conversation.
7776. I was just going to say, what do you think of the whispering version of Kyle Brust-Nortman as there's a guest speaker talking to the high school
Pretty
men's
big
and
guest
women's
speaker,
basketball
too.
team?
I want the kids to be happy. You would make a dream come true.
And also, I just took my headset off to see how loud I was, because when you wear headsets and you're talking, sometimes you're louder than you think you are. Can they hear me? No. Okay. All right. We're not disrupting.
They should be listening to the guest speaker.
How about you tell us about UWD, and hopefully the speech is over by that time we get back.
Oh, my gosh. Well, y'all know how much I love my windows, but I can't yell about it today. But my windows, they work so well, KBN Nation. And what I love the most about it is the fact that with my windows,
they're going to be like, why are you whispering?
with my windows, you can just set the temperature in the house, and the house actually will heat up for you, and you don't have to hear your air conditioning or your furnace is running and running and running. And right now with Universal Windows Direct, you can buy 2 windows and get 2 free. Yep, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. And the real deal is there's no limit whatsoever. Also, with Universal Windows Direct, you'll get 0% interest for 36 months. That's 3 whole years to pay for your windows without any added cost. And because they love you in the month of February, you get an additional $500 off your next project. Yep, Universal Windows is the way to go, and you're in good hands from start all the way to finish. So if you want to upgrade your home or you just want an in-home consultation, call 414-410-2222. 2000. That's 414-410-2000, or go to universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
On the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776, Michael chimes in. Is LaFleur giving the speech for the high school team? No wonder they haven't won a game.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe you even said that. You should have let that alone.
I didn't say that. I was just reading the text. I'm Ron Burgundy.
They going to chase you up out of this little town.
All right. Knockout, hopefully next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I'm with you on moving on.
Yeah, move on. Like a bad relationship.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43 got some backups from before Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette. Westbound 94 backups from just before 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side's backed up from the Zoo Interchange to Hawley Road. And northbound 41, we've got backups from just before Main Street, or actually just before Mill Road, with the Good Hope Road off-ramp still closed because of an incident there. So give yourself tons of time to get through that interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Increasing clouds, a low of 35. Tomorrow, chance for afternoon snow showers or isolated thunder, a high of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
A Road at Night is a documentary chronicling former Badgers player and coach Howard Moore and the 2019 tragedy that forever changed his family. You can see it on the big screen at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison, February 13th through the 19th, with exclusive post-screening panels during the opening weekend. A Road at Night, February 13th through 19th at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison. All proceeds support Howard Moore's ongoing care. Find showtimes and get tickets right now at aroadatnight.com.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project or never calls you back when you have questions, or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the third tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Olson, inviting you to a two-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover, and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
We need to optimize the PID controller for smoother robotic movements.
Our data analysis shows a significant correlation between the variables in both control groups.
The test shows you experience an acute myocardial infarction.
As you'll see on the syllabus, this course will largely focus on the Mesozoic era.
Get your child the access every child deserves. Enroll your K through 8th grade child by February 28th at Milwaukee College Prep, mkeprep.com/enroll.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
living your best life and living pain-free is non-negotiable. So when it comes to getting rid of that pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back, then QC Kinetics is the place for you to go. They are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. They use natural treatments to get rid of that pain on the cellular level with no surgery, no downtime, and no drugs. So if you're looking for finally a solution to say, you know what, I'm over with it, I want to be pain-free, and I want to live the life I've always lived and always wanted to live, then QC Kinetics is your call for the absolutely free, absolutely no obligation consultation. 40,000 people have already said yes to QC Kinetics and living their best life in a pain-free way. You could be next. Give them a call today at 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Kyle Bruston-Nortman live from Monticello High School, supporting Bank CMG, an awesome event they have going on right now. And there's going to be some contesting, some swag given away, supporting the Monticello branch and many others in the Madison and Milwaukee area. I bank with Bank CMG and also in the current process of upgrading my home loan to the all-in-one loan with Bank CMG. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Will running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. There's currently a guest speaker, so you're probably like, why is Ben so quiet? He's never this quiet. So if you like me this way better, let me know. I take feedback. And, of course, you'll pass.
Yeah.
You don't like being constrained?
Not at all.
He's a pretty big guest speaker, too, so we can't. And they're like literally, 20 feet from us.
I'm surprised they didn't move him under the basket.
Yeah, there's a whole gym here.
There's a whole, as Kyle would say, a whole damn gym.
Yeah.
For real. And they had all the space in the world.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hear from Giannis Antetokounmpo because Malika Andrews sat down with Giannis. And I think also we're going to hear from Giannis on Thanalysis because I think this is an important two pieces of an audio that you can play back to back. We're going to start with Giannis with his brother Thanasis back in April of last year, right? And I think this has been something that's stuck in my mind for a long time. And after the deadline, it's still stuck in my mind despite the fact Giannis says, I'm not leaving on the social media. So we'll start with Giannis Antetokounmpo talking to his brother Thanasis on the Thanalysis show.
Me not having a second championship, like, I look back at my career and everybody can say, oh, he had an incredible career, active Hall of Famer, first ballot, whatever. But, like, me, my personal goal, like, if I'm not able to help my team win a second ring, like, I'm letting down myself.
That was Giannis with TA, putting the second ring as a priority. Now, as of today, I am committed to the Milwaukee Bucks. Was a very big clip that surfaced everywhere. This is another conversation that Giannis had with Malika Andrews, and I think this is really important to listen to and hear on the mindset of Giannis Antetokounmpo because this was during All-Star Weekend as well.
You're not okay with staying in Milwaukee and never having that feeling?
No. I want to win, but the most important thing, I want to win a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. And if that's not on the table or in the plans, so that's when you kind of like, okay, maybe I got to pivot because I really want to win.
I want to win a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks, but if that's not on the table, that's when you have to look at pivoting to a new opportunity.
What does pivot mean, Brad? You're the brainiac on the show. You know, Ben and I weren't the brightest. What does
pivot mean? Are you playing dumb?
Well, I want the smart guy to tell us what pivot means.
He's not making sure he keeps his pivot foot on the floor. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about pivoting to a different city, a different franchise. And Giannis is saying all the right things. He's threading the needle. It's a very hard needle to thread of basically saying, I want to be a Buck, pacifying the Bucks fans, but also being put in a situation where he's keeping the door open because it's a declarative statement. I want to win a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. But he's made it clear if he has to choose between the two, championship or the Bucks, he wants a championship. And we all know that this team is not primed or built to win a championship this year or in any years during the Milwaukee Bucks prime. So you look at this, and he is putting plenty of seeds down to show us and lead us with these breadcrumbs that he's leaving to not be surprised if and when he gets traded and if and when he goes to a different team. Unfortunately, it's just a matter of time. So that's why the Bucks need to be really smart about that because he did say whether that's not on the table or in the plans. The Bucks need to be very, very smart with their plans that they put in front of them. And if he doesn't believe in that plan, then he is going to have to look elsewhere because it is so clear to me that winning that second championship is the most important. and he's going to do whatever it takes to go win that.
Yeah, I guess
we can talk normal now.
Okay, cool. I guess I'm so confused over the fact that what does he expect for this team to be able to do? Like, what I'm so real is that as Bucks
because they're
fans,
running out of assets.
They're running. I mean, literally, the last asset that they have is this first-round pick that I believe they actually have to make the pick before they trade it. So if they were even to draft it for somebody else, then I mean, what are we doing? Like, who are we going to get? And then you have to build the team up. It's just we keep trying and trying and trying, and we're not finding success. So do I want Giannis to stay here? Yes, but Giannis is going to have to commit to being here at least the next 4 years, and I don't want to hear any back and forth because it's going to take time for us to win the title. The Bucks ain't winning the title this year, and more than likely, they're not going to get any pieces to make them win a title in 1 year. When you look at the last couple of champions of the NBA, a lot of those teams weren't just one-hit wonders in the sense of they came in 1 year and they built the team up. Outside of Kawhi Leonard, when it seemed like a miracle that they made it, and then the Golden State had all those injuries, and that led for them to win. But other than that, it usually takes a really solid core of a team to play at least 1 or 2 years together before they actually get to the title. And you see with the teams with Oklahoma City, they've been building towards this. You saw with Minnesota, they've been building towards finally being good. Even in Dallas, they were trying to build towards something before it all came crashing down.
Well, even the Milwaukee Bucks, when they finally won their championship, that team was 6 or 7 years in the making. I mean, you go all the way back to like 2015. You could see Giannis's potential. You start maybe moving toward Chris Middleton. You're making plans for, at the time it was Bledsoe, but Brook Lopez, and you're starting to make these pieces. But it took them a good at least 5 years to build toward a team. And not only that, build toward a team that had postseason experience and was able to put it all together. So the fact that the idea that you can just manufacture a team, throw it together, especially with no resources, we all know that this team is going to have a really hard time becoming competitive. And Giannis knows that even more than we do.
And I think the Damian Lillard failure, because that's what it was. I mean, Damian Lillard's a great player, but the fact that they didn't win a championship with Damian Lillard leads me to believe that I don't think a lot of guys are sitting here saying, I want to play with Giannis at this point in his career, right?
In Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee, yeah. And so I think the experiment happened, and Dame didn't work out, so I don't know how many people want to come to Milwaukee to play with Dame, and I think that's going to be a big problem that we're going to run into. So if it's not finding a way to draft well or try to sign the right guys, because you got Miles Turner, but we all know Miles isn't a superstar, but he was able to get to an NBA Finals last year with Tyrese Halliburton. So you thought it was potentially possible in Milwaukee, but it just did not work out.
I mean, this is just like a relationship where it's all of a sudden it doesn't make sense anymore. One partner wants kids, the other person doesn't want kids. One person wants to live on the West Coast, the other person wants to live in the South. You are just having a fork in the road where one organization wants one thing or can provide one thing, and somebody else wants something different. And it's just, at some point, you just say, well, it just doesn't make any sense. Let's just go our separate ways. And I hate to say it, but this situation has also been years in the making. So you just got to look at Giannis, expect him to be traded, be pleasantly surprised if he's not, but he's not making it a surprise whatsoever what his priorities are.
So for all the fans who were mad at Shams and all the fans that were mad at Wendy and all the people that said that, people are just trying to get him out of Milwaukee.
They're still going to be mad.
But Giannis out of his own mouth said he is willing to pivot. He said, I want to win a championship in Milwaukee, but I'm willing to pivot. So that means that Giannis sees the same record that you see. Mm-hmm. Giannis sees the same team that you see. Granted, they played very well going into the All-Star break, which is great, but he sees all the same things that you see, and he knows what it takes to be on a championship-level team. He understands how hard that journey is, and he knows the type of guys that he needs. And so when he says pivot, he's trying to pivot away from a team that he does not believe has the foundation necessary to be a champion. So if we as fans aren't seeing a winning product on the field or on the court, don't y'all think Giannis sees that? And guess what he's going to do? He's going to go to John Horst. He's going to go to ownership and say, I want to pivot in a different direction out the city of Milwaukee. That's what we need to understand what pivot means. Pivot don't mean pivot to try to get some more players here. Don't pivot mean I'm going to go somewhere else.
I'm sorry, guys.
You're excited and ready?
Yeah, you are at the edge of your seat.
No, I think after we just had the discussion about the record of the boys team, I don't want to – for once in my life, I think I need to sit down and not make this event about me.
No.
Isn't that shocking?
You're a walking miracle.
Yeah, I didn't know that was possible.
But, can we all agree that's the right move in the environment?
I was –
Getting the temperature of the room, that is exactly right.
Okay, right? Like
exactly.
If
it
this
would
was
be completely commandeered by you.
I was actually anticipating you doing this. I wanted to see some kids get their hearts destroyed today.
Yeah, but I don't know. They've already lost every game, so they're already getting destroyed. Why should I do it to them?
Maybe it's because I'm not there, but I'd love to see you destroy them.
Well, it would be
must-see TV.
To be beaten or to beat a former college great basketball
And we're talking
player
about the knockout that's supposed to happen.
Dude, the question is, would Ben?
Ooh, look!
Oh my God!
I see somebody who would have beat you, Ben. That girl would have beat you. She got a jump shot.
Now
she got a jump shot. 25 got a jump, don't she? 25 can shoot. I told you, Ben, you wouldn't beat her.
You know when you play Lightning, sometimes the ball gets passed and someone
25,
gets ready and they can like bump the ball out and kind of like play dirty. The question is, would you be playing dirty? Would you bump the ball out and try to prevent the shooter
Based
behind
off
you?
what I'm seeing, I wouldn't need to.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
a free throw. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, 25 got game. Look, 25 ready. She about to hit it again.
I'm about to see 25.
All right,
go
now
again.
she's going to put this little poor girl out. This poor girl.
Oh, yeah.
She's being nice. She's waiting. I wouldn't have done that.
But look at her. I told you, 25 can shoot.
She's a bucket.
She's a bucket. All right,
She's
now.
a bucket.
So I know who Ben your only competition.
All right, Will, coming up next, it's your time to shine on Kyle Bruston-Nortman. Watching this has affirmed my decision to sit right in this seat and not disrupt the knockout game. Kyle Bruston-Nortman continues next.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman, KBN.
And that Alex Strofe, you look like you had something to say.
Brewers! On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Westbound 94 at the ramp from St. Paul Avenue. The right lane is blocked right now, the broken down vehicle, so that's going to be tying things up. More delays continue all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound, we got backups before 84th Street all the way to Hawley Road, and again coming out of the Stadium interchange to 35th. Southbound on 43, backing up from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Slowing down again at Beecher down to the KK River. And then on westbound 894, we've got delays out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to about 76th Street. Northbound Highway 100, by the way, right at I-43, the Rock Freeway. 2 left lanes are blocked on Highway 100 with a crash. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 35. Tomorrow, chance for afternoon snow showers or isolated thunder, a high of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Tax refund season is here, but at Cunis, you don't need your tax refund to get a great ride. Right now, during the Cunis Keep Your Refund event, you don't have to spend your tax refund to drive something you'll love. Why? Because Cunis has added a huge selection of over 1,200 affordable pre-owned vehicles available right now across 3 Milwaukee area locations. That's Oak Creek Buick GMC, Greenfield Buick GMC, and Hope Chevrolet. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, all makes and models, and all priced to fit your budget, so you can hang on to your refund for the things that matter most. Pay down bills, take a trip, start a project, spend your refund how you want. With over 1,200 affordable vehicles, chances are the perfect one is waiting for you without touching your tax refund. Shop Cunis Oak Creek Buick GMC, Greenfield Buick GMC, and Hope Chevrolet today. The Keep Your Refund event, only at Cunis. Start your search at CunisMKE.com.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
2026 Brewers tickets are on sale now. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more. All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale now at Brewers.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. Well, here we are. It is 2026. Remember last year when you said never again? Did it work? You didn't start your business to spend lots of time doing bank reconciliations, cash flow projections, or inventory analysis. Let us help you keep your New Year's resolution to stay on top of your finances and keep your books up to date. Don't do the same thing this year and expect different results. Start the year off on the right foot by calling the Neal Group to help you understand your numbers and make them better. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call 414-325-2040 now to set up a meeting to see how you can make 2026 the best year ever. The first meeting is free. That's 414-325-2040 or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Time now for Will Summers to shine with Alex Strofe, recently engaged and out for the rest of the week. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman, live from Monticello High School, supporting Bank CMG. Go to bankcmg.com or stop in a local branch to learn more about how they can help you with your banking, as I have. And you hear Greg Gard talking about them as well. Will, what do you got for us today?
It's Chewy's favorites.
What?
What? Wrong button. All right. There is nowhere else to start than Mick Cronin. I don't know if you guys saw last night.
Of course I did.
The
this
head
is a
coach,
crazy man.
Head coach of UCLA, after ejecting one of his own players and losing to Michigan State, here's what he had to say to a reporter.
What was your thoughts in the student section chanting Booker's name?
I could give a rat's about the other team's student section.
I just meant overall the way that you
I would like to give you a kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
Did you like
You should take it.
the preparation of the...
You really think I care about the other team's
No, I don't
student
think you care about the other
Are you
team.
raising your voice at me?
No, I'm just...
Yeah, you are. There you
You hear that?
Come on,
Are
dude.
No reason.
Come on, yes, you were. Everybody's standing here listening to you.
Were you raising your voice at me?
He played victim after going at the guy.
Wow.
Wait, so the guy, Coach
reporter.
Tang, Coach Tang from Kansas State gets fired for saying his team was terrible. They don't deserve to put on the jersey. And Mickey Cronin is talking to guys like this. That's disrespectful.
This is one of like 10 incidents this year with Mick Cronin, correct?
I've seen.
Will?
Okay.
What'd you say?
I said this is one of like 10 clips from Mick Cronin this year.
He's so unlikable, I'm actually starting to like him a little bit.
Agree. I'm with you, Will. I can't get enough of Mick Cronin. I want more. I want more anger. Watching him take his own player and just go, "You're out of here," and send him to the locker room, which, by the way, it was a flagrant, but not. I didn't think it was like he did something so bad you had to make a statement.
Yeah, it's just coaches like this are toxic, and you feel bad for these guys who are, I guess you don't feel that bad, you're getting paid and stuff, but a historic program like UCLA, and you got this guy at the helm, he's content factory. I mean, that is just hilarious, but what a toxic dude to be around.
Oh,
come on, ladies.
Oh. She's behind him right now, which is good, though.
Lightning is such an elite game. It is so good.
Winner, chicken dinner?
I'm cheering for this is where you got to take your time.
She couldn't get the ball. Now she's falling behind. She's got to make this. Uh-oh. 33 for the win. No. All right, we'll do some play-by-play because this is legal. We're at a gym. Number 10 on the girls' team just knocked it down. Number 33, about a 6'2", white guy with pink shoes, goes for the free throw. It's knockout. He nails it.
I don't think
she
he
goes.
tell people he was white here in Monticello.
He's definitely running out of gas.
Down. The girl's an energizer.
She needs to knock it down. She missed it long. He's got some time. Takes his time. Nails it.
And he holds
the follow through.
I don't know if you can miss that many in a row and go hold the foul through.
He held it and he nodded his head and said, y'all seen it.
Wow.
Y'all seen it.
That's the first win for the Monticello boys team this year. All right, Will, what else you got?
The Chicago Cubs announced their slogan for the 2026 season. That's it. It's just the word this.
I mean, you're a Cubs fan. How
I'm not a Cubs fan.
He's a Sox fan.
You're a White Sox fan. That's
it is
right.
simply the word this is their slogan this year.
What does that mean?
This is Sports Center.
Yeah, that is pathetic. They have weird energy. Obviously, out of all Chicago, no offense, Will, but it's just like that is such a highbrow Chicago Cubs thing to do.
This what?
Maybe this moment, this team.
This team
year,
won't win the division.
Maybe I don't know. This is some. I don't know.
Is this Craig Counsell? Is this Craig Counsell?
No, he doesn't give a crap about any branding. He's just out there, sitting there and
this bullpen is the
checks.
best.
That
might be the worst slogan I've ever heard.
I like nothing about Chicago.
You've mentioned this many times.
There's not anything that I like about the city of Chicago. Can't name one.
Can you imagine a group of people coming together and being like, yeah, it's a 4-letter word. That's going to be our slogan for the 2026 season. This.
And get paid a lot of money.
This
never
was
daunted.
workshopped, yeah, brainstormed, and this is what they landed on.
Like we had never daunted in Magic Brew.
Yeah.
And they have this.
And they have this.
Yeah.
They have this indeed. Anything else, Will?
Another wild story today. MLBPA Executive Director Tony Clark has resigned from his position. The union announced Tuesday. According to ESPN's Jeff Passan, Clark resigned on the heels of an internal investigation which revealed an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who worked for the union beginning in 2023.
Crazy.
What the heck?
So, Brad, I like you saw he's stepping down.
Yeah.
I read like the first sentence, and then I saw it again in my time. I said, what?
That is shocking.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Dude, what is wrong with these player unions executives? Don't get me started on the NFLPA one, who's still supposed to be representing us former players. The dude was spending all of our union money on, like, strip clubs and
Demore Smith?
No, not that guy. A different guy. Demore Smith retired. The other, I don't even know his name. He was like some hedge fund guy that the union said, this guy's going to be for our best interest. He's spending all of our money on trips and strippers. It was crazy. He's gone, and there's no leadership now.
But there's
no wonder the owners clean up every year.
They sure do clean up. This
is crazy.
This is crazy to sit there and look at your wife's sister and say, "Yeah, I got to have it."
Okay, two details.
That painted too clear of a picture.
That's
too detailed.
That's what that man did.
Again, we're at a high school, and there are kids close by.
And she worked there. Like, it's a double whammy.
Honey, I got a job for your sister. That's crazy.
Honey.
Double entendre, if you know what I mean.
We got to roll for her.
Yeah, I do.
I know just the job.
Anything else, Bill?
That's wild. He's a bad guy.
Bad.
I don't know if you guys hit this already. Tanking has kind of been a hot topic recently, especially in the NBA, but has now gone too far. Wendy's is closing hundreds of restaurants in 2026, what their interim CEO Ken Cook calls a rebuilding year. Wendy's is taking a rebuilding year.
Wow, Wendy's is tanking?
Wendy's is tanking for a better pick.
Yeah,
for Daryl Peterson.
I haven't had that in quite a bit of time, so
I had a phase. Yeah, I had a phase.
Who didn't? It was
Square 4 for 4?
Yeah.
I mean, like any fast food chain, they used to have the dollar menu of a double stack, a bacon cheeseburger,
that single bacon cheeseburger,
the double stack,
the 4-piece nugget. Ooh.
Yes, it was all $1.
Yeah.
Inflation, cost of living, it's ruined everything.
That's the thing. You know you're not getting a great quality product when you go to these places, but at least you get to spend a couple bucks. Now you're spending like $10 and the food stinks.
Yeah, not me. I ain't spending $10. I'm just going to the store buying my food. I ain't been out.
I
ain't been to a fast food restaurant. Well,
I've been to Chick-fil-A.
Kiddo had to buy one, get one.
Yes, any BOGO.
That's not really fast food, though.
It's not fast casual. So
fast casual. I'm a big fast casual. Not a big, but
I was going to say,
I'm not.
You're not a big fast casual
but
guy.
If I were to go someplace, fast casual is more my vibe.
If it's a BOGO, it's Kyle.
Also, the U.S. men's hockey team just beat Sweden in overtime to advance.
Close.
OT?
Into
OT,
what
Sweden,
phase?
Sweden
this goes to the
scored.
championship, right, or no?
This was the quarterfinals, so they advanced to the semifinals now. Sweden scored with like a minute left to take it to overtime. One of the Hughes brothers wins it.
Men's and women's hockey.
Women's is dominating.
Yes.
Have they even been scored on yet?
They have not. 5 straight shutout games, tying an Olympic record, I believe, and they face Canada, who they beat 5-0 in the preliminary rounds in the gold medal game. When is that, Will?
Give me 1 second.
I believe it's tomorrow, but I could be wrong.
It is tomorrow, yes.
What time?
1 second.
But then he means he wasn't looking at it. He just agreed with Brad.
I'm Team USA all the way.
I will say another fun way to watch the Olympics would be, I don't know if this is real or not, does Potawatomi can you bet on the Olympics? Like, could you bet on because that would be fun. It'd be fun to bet on the women's or like men's hockey game and then be able to watch. If they don't, I'm mistaken. But if they are, that'd be a lot of fun juice.
I'm on my way over to Potawatomi Sportsbook.
12:10 tomorrow.
Hockey. Do they have...
There's not like an Olympics page.
Winter Olympics.
Oh, you
United States Canada.
What are they favored?
Minus 500 on the money line, minus 1.5 to win by 2 goals, minus 175. So they are heavy favorites against the Canadians.
Heavy favorites. Heavy. Good job, ladies.
Well, hey, that's fun.
That is fun.
You can bet on the Olympics.
So wait, when's the game?
Now that I'm there, that is 12 o'clock tomorrow.
Wow, so we'll probably be over by the time we hit the airwaves.
Or we'll be celebrating the U.S. Day, the greatest country in the world. U.S. Day!
Speaking of which, have you ever looked up what the betting odds would have been for the 1980 Olympic team when they beat the Soviet Union?
No, but I'd be fascinated.
It ranged, this kind of shocked me, and it might ruin the story for you. It was like plus 300 to plus 600. I feel like that's not as, big of an upset as I thought.
That's it?
I guess they were plus 1,000 to win the tournament going into it, but in that single game, like a lot of odds makers and guys on the books have put it between plus 300 and plus 600.
Lame. It doesn't change the story for me because if you watch the Netflix doc that just came out with the hockey team of the Miracle team, them all older reliving it, so good, highly recommend. We're going to be joined. Hopefully, I don't know if Marquette plays today. Will we have Homer, Will?
They do play, but it's a later game. I'm looking into the studio, and he's not here yet, but that also is kind of on brand for Homer. So we'll have to wait and see.
We'll figure it out on the other side. It's Kyle Bruston-Nortman wrapping up the 414 Hour at 4 next.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
I text Greg Scalzo, and I say, Greg, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late to work. I'm caught in an international conspiracy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Wisconsin Lutheran junior forward Cager Knippel. Knippel delivered the best performance of his season, pouring in a career-high 31 points while shooting 63% from the field, marking his 3rd straight game with at least 15 points as the unbeaten Vikings continue their dominant run. The younger brother of Charlotte Hornets rookie star Con Knippel, Cager has drawn significant Division I recruiting interest of his own as he continues to elevate his game for Wisconsin Lutheran, who remains undefeated and nationally ranked as the postseason approaches. Congratulations to Cager Knippel, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Calling all seafood lovers, the lobster salad sub is officially back at Cousin Subs. Fresh lobster mixed with our creamy signature mayo, topped with tomato and onion, served over crisp lettuce and finished with a sprinkle of Old Bay. All on our fresh-baked Italian bread. It's a crave-worthy classic you can enjoy in store, online, or on the app, but only through April 5th. So catch it while you can. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hack
Heck yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for my friends at Robert Hack Diamonds. Listen, when it came to buying an engagement ring for my now fiance, I had no idea what I was doing, which is why I went to the team at Robert Hack. I heard her say words like radiant cut and solitaire, but to be real honest, I didn't really know what that meant. So I wrote it down, I brought it to the team at Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield, and they knocked it out of the park. It's true, if you've never been through this process before, the team at Robert Hack are absolute experts. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, one in Greenfield, Brookfield South, and Brookfield North. If you're looking to take the next step like I did, and your girlfriend maybe is posting things on her Pinterest page or is showing you pictures, bring it into Robert Hack. They'll do their best to duplicate a dream ring for her, just like they did for my fiance. Moral of the story, if you are like me and you want to start, you just don't really know where, the answer's clear. Visit one of the 3 Robert Hack locations in the Milwaukee area. Just like me, at the end, you'll say, heck yeah, with Robert Hack Diamonds. And RobertHackDiamonds.com, that's RobertHackDiamonds.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Radio legend.
I don't care. I wanted to talk to Brett Musburger. That was for my own personal benefit. I hope other people enjoyed it, but I wish I was Brett Musburger. How about that?
Voice of Marquette basketball.
Joplin to the basket. Oh, wow. Hammer time.
And owner of the most famous catchphrase, at least in this building.
Oh, baby, that's sweet.
It's time for Uncle Homer on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Kyle Bruston Nortman before the Homer Hour. Wrapping up our show. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman live from Monticello High School.
That is right before Marquette plays St. John's, and it'll be Al's night.
Oh, Al's night.
Al McGuire, because he played at St. John's, and he died, I think it was 25 years ago, but he was the only one who gave me a different nickname. He refused to call me Homer.
Why is that?
What do you call you?
Because he had to have his own nickname for everyone. He never used the same one. I'm at an event, and I don't know, he's across the room, and I hear someone go, Range! Range! I look over, and I'm like, what? You okay? Yeah, you, Range, Homer on the range. All he ever called me was Range.
In golf range?
Like home on the range?
Yeah, like home on the range. Homer on the range.
Did you like that, Homer?
What?
Did you like that?
Whatever Al McGuire did. You
Al
agreed.
McGuire.
You didn't agree with anything. Disagree with anything. And I didn't know this till after he passed away, but because I would have called him Mason, because he was one of the great bricklayers in the history of college basketball. He's jacking up at St. John's. He's jacking up like 10 shots a game, shooting 31%. He shot like, no, you can't believe how bad he was. And I never saw it until one year in the St. John's media guide in the back, because he's in their Hall of Fame. They list the numbers.
He's in the Hall of Fame. How?
Because he's Al McGuire. He's in every Hall of Fame.
You don't ask questions.
And his older brother, I think Dick McGuire, was spectacularly good. He was a good player. He was a great athlete, good rebounder. But now I understood why he was tough on players who couldn't shoot, demanding that they not shoot. Oh. Because he
knew better than anybody.
What a bricklayer. Man, I'd have loved to see it. He'd call me Range. I'd go, Mason, how you doing? Never got a chance.
Oh
man,
so good.
Homer, I enjoyed your visit, although short, on Wilde and Tausch today. Do you care to explain your theories to Brad and Kyle, who missed it?
I don't know. Why don't you? Because I can't remember exactly of what I said that you're emphasizing. About special teams?
Yes.
Yeah. I said a punter's about as... I said, who's worried about special teams? They had the greatest punter in the world. Special teams should have been fine. Special punter's right near equipment manager.
How do you explain Michael Dixon in the Super Bowl, Homer? The Seattle punter. He was unbelievable.
Well, wait, yes, but the key to Seattle wasn't the punter. Punters aren't good if your defense stinks. When your defense is that good and you set them back, then the punter becomes important. I mean,
Seattle won many games because of special teams.
No.
Yes, they did. No. Because a lot of times they set up either touchdowns, 8 special teams touchdowns.
4 special teams
touchdowns. 4 special teams touchdowns. They had 4. Yes, because their defense was so good and was stopping people.
If you had a great punter to neutralize that, maybe they wouldn't have that on the other side.
No, the punter's only important because your defense is so good, and wherever you put the person, it's going to be tough for them to score.
So, Homer, you don't think there's anything to a good weapon at punter that can always
No.
teams back 15.
Remember all of Belichick's team. Do you ever remember him ever mentioning the punter? Ever? No.
Yeah,
and the key to a punter,
I disagree
and you
with
will
that.
admit this, and please don't think I'm being rude to you. If my dad was a punter, I'd say the same thing. The key to a punter is don't get it blocked.
No, that's not the punter's fault. That's almost always the coverage fault.
Whatever,
The
but
protection fault.
as a coach, don't
ever
get
fault, it
the
can't
damn
happen.
thing blocked. As long as it's not blocked, we'll be fine based on not how good the punter is, but how good our defense is.
Homer, I'm actually going to bust your myth on Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick always had a lefty punter, always, because he felt like having a lefty punter, you're not used to the spiral of the ball. It would kind of paralyze the punt returner, and he felt like he got an edge on field position by always having a lefty punter throughout his entire career.
Maybe that's correct. Never mentioned. No, maybe it's correct. But to, again, reemphasize how insignificant it is, in all the discussions of Bill Belichick, no one ever heard that one other than you because you're a punter.
Yeah, but he was known for great special teams.
He was a special teams coach. He was a special teams coach.
Nobody's going to win a Super Bowl because of a punter.
Yeah, my point exactly.
But you need a good punter to be able to be a capable team, to be able to play on all three phases, which helps you become a Super Bowl contender.
You don't think so?
You just don't. But I'll have to look up the numbers.
All right.
You need a great defense. That's what you need.
But you can't have your special teams being a liability like the Packers is.
Again, that's a result of missed field goals, fumbles, not the distance of the punt.
So bend but don't break defenses are assisted by having a good punter that makes teams drive the field.
Yeah,
100 yards of field position equals 7
you know the
points.
Bears'
That's
defense, the key there was the punter. Come on.
Set 100 yards of field position, Homer, equals 7 points. That is what all the studies show in the NFL. You can gain field position in the punting game.
You ain't getting rid of Brad.
Well, no. And where does that rank compared to the importance of the defense?
Defense is way more important.
Of course, that's all
important. But
Homer was making the argument.
It doesn't mean that punting is unimportant, but defense and offense
as least as important as it can be unless you get them blocked.
What's the poll results going to be on the Homer Hour poll? Who's more important to the team, the equipment manager getting the spikes get together or the punter?
Nah,
the spikes are pretty important.
I won't do that. I'll discuss what's most important for the Packers this season. Change in special teams, offensive line, or cornerbacks.
So what's your take on Rich Bisaccia stepping away? Do you think this is going to be a plus for the Packers, or do you think it's an organizational issue that they already have that it doesn't matter who the coach is?
The disappointment was how good he was supposed to be, not how he was. He was the best, supposedly the best. They paid him the most, and he was a huge disappointment with that as a standard.
Is that his fault, or is that the organization's fault?
No, that's his.
Okay, so who do you put it on the fact that the Packers keep having bad
his
special
that they
teams?
weren't anywhere near to being special. You bring a special guy in because he can make anything better than it really is. That's why he's special.
Well, maybe if I'm a really good special teams coordinator, I'm staying 1,000 million feet away from Green Bay because this is where special teams coordinators' careers go to die.
Again, I just haven't. Because I clearly don't think it's that important. The most important thing is a field goal kicker. The good kicker they had last year blew the ones at the end of the year.
Isn't it?
What?
That's part of special teams.
I know.
Isn't
Well,
it?
again,
Good
there's some
blocking, good
things.
snapper.
Special teams, some things are more important than others. The field goal kicker is 100 times more important than anything else, other than fumbling or turning the ball over or getting punts blocked.
And who's responsible for coaching up these kickers like Anders Carlson?
No, it's not. You're not coaching them up. It's who you pick. He picked the wrong one. The guy he picked last year was fantastic. He just got hurt, and they were unlucky.
Right.
I want to bring him back this year.
I mean, the specialists have far more knowledge of
and
kicking
autonomy
and punting.
over what they do?
Yes. So, like, McManus missing field goals is not Bisaccia's fault.
I agree totally.
The specialists have an incredibly deeper knowledge of anything formulaic to punting and kicking than special teams coach. They are there because they're good at the four phases, not kicking and punting.
Right, but the key to the guy is whoever picked who your kicker is.
Yes, you do have to pick the right guy.
He messed up before,
Goody,
and they made
right?
the right move with this guy. He
Is
just
it
got hurt
Goody?
last
Because
year.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure.
With the Carlson connection, there might have been influence.
Maybe that's true.
Can I add one more thing?
Of course.
I can't imagine how great my life would have been if I'd have been a punter in the NFL.
I mean,
7 years.
Look at Brad.
Like I. So
Do you
whatever.
like his life?
What?
Do you like Brad's life? Because you got a living
Hell
example.
yes. Oh, would I take his life? Hell yes. I don't think I could handle the two, the foster children. I think that's really, really hard. I'm not sure that I'm up to that. But would I take his life in a heartbeat?
Homer, I will say this is one thing we can agree on. It is easily the best position to play. It is generally low stress. Not compared, especially compared to being a kicker. You're not like in the mix of it like you are a long snapper. It's 1,000 times easier than any other position.
You can flop and get a penalty.
It's definitely the way to go. It's 100. If you were to say, okay, Brad, I got a 6-year-old son. What do you think? I would say, make him punt. You will not regret it. He will thank you when he's older.
The only bad part, what you said is, and I'll agree with you, that you get screwed if the line messes up in one's block.
That's true. You do fall victim of that if the line doesn't do its job.
So the key to the Packers this year and every year will be defense. And you got Micah Parsons. You damn well better have a good defense if you got him on your team.
Well, I feel like we're going to hear a lot more about this on the Homer Hour, especially on this drive back. Homer, we appreciate the time. Look forward to listening to you.
I don't think so. I wasn't going to bring up the punter part. That's all on you, buddy. Thanks. I appreciate it.
All good. I want to do with Brad
aired it with all the chat.
Like it's the first time he's ever heard somebody say punters aren't that important.
No, but on a day like today, it was definitely worth bringing up with Rich Bisaccia stepping down.
I feel like Homer's the one that always brings it up.
What a great time hanging out at Monticello High School. Bank CMG has a great partnership with the community and the school. We do as well. Greg Gard talks about it. I talk about it. I bank with them. I'm working on some home loans with them. It's a great place. BankCMG.com. Check them out or stop in a local branch. Been fun hanging out. We're back at the studio tomorrow. It's Kyle